NLWN-TV presents Countdown to Classic, where we preview today's Classic Wissota Racing action. Countdown to Classic is brought to you by Rock Solid Transport. If you need something hauled, Rock Solid Transport can help you get it there. And by Rookies Pub in Chippewa Falls. Stop into Rookies and watch the races with racers. And now, Countdown to Classic.
Good evening and welcome to the NLWN-TV studios. We're tonight on Countdown to Classic. We're getting ready to look back at the races from the Eagle Valley Speedway from July 24th last summer. John Fellon's here, and before we get to tonight's replay, we'll take a look at what makes the races at the Eagle Valley Speedway so classic on July 24th. But before that, I had a chance to catch up with Wissota driver Mike Anderson and talk about the efforts, trials, and tribulations of owning and driving a Wissota Modified. We'll have that conversation for you right after this quick pit stop. You're watching Countdown to Classic on NLWN-TV.
Rookies Pub, 616 North Bridge Street in Chippewa Falls has been newly remodeled. They have happy hour Monday, Thursday until 6 p.m. There's free pool Mondays and Tuesdays, and a free jukebox on Tuesdays. Don't forget, Rookies has a DJ every Friday and Saturday night. Stop by and check out Rookies Pub, 616 North Bridge Street in Chippewa Falls. Don't forget, at Rookies you can watch the races with racers.
And we're back here at Rookies Pub. We got the dirt digger, Mike Anderson, here with us tonight. Mike, we're talking about the 2020 racing season. This is Classic Wissota Racing. You had what some would call a spectacular season in 2020. What was your thoughts of it?
Yeah, for the shortened season, I think I did pretty good as far as average-wise. I had 11 wins with less shows than I usually have. So, 2 track championships and a state championship. So it was a pretty good year. I can't complain about that.
And there's a lot of drivers that would kill to get any one of those 3, let alone all 3 in one year, correct?
Oh, I'd imagine.
All right, so Mike, you ran the 57, your iconic car. You drive for SSR. When I seen you out there, you didn't exactly have a ton of people with you. Are you a one-man show, or how much help you get around the shop getting ready every week?
I got a couple guys that come out on Tuesdays and help out a little bit, just doing some tire work and maintenance, and then usually it's just me and one of my kids that go racing, most nights anyway. And the COVID stuff, with not going to Menominee, I lost a pit guy that usually comes on Fridays. He didn't come all the way over to Jim Falls, so yeah, it's usually just me and my kid. It's not a very big operation.
Right, and there's a lot of work that goes into setting up a car every week, and I'm not going to ask you very detailed questions on that. That's trade secret. But on average, how long do you think you spend working on your car, getting it ready to just head out to the track on Friday night?
Hours. To me, not long enough. To my wife, I'm sure way too long. But, there's just the weekly maintenance on them, especially I run, like this year was a good year. I only ran 2 nights a week, which was nice. But on most years, it's, 3 nights a week, almost every weekend. So there's a ton of maintenance every week, a ton of tire work, which is, there's nothing but time-consuming and tedious work. But, it's kind of routine. So I go out to the shop almost every night and just do what I do and show up at the track and go racing.
And it seemed to work well for you in the 2020 season. Looking forward into 2021, what is your expectations? What are your goals? Where potentially are you going?
Oh, shit, I don't know. Hopefully to just continue on a good season. I got a new car coming from SSR, and that should be a good piece. They've always got me good equipment. I can't say enough about what they do for me. I'd been a 40 or 50 career race winner and retired 5 years ago if it wasn't for all their help. So I definitely couldn't do it without what they give me. And I just want to keep doing what I do, race 3 nights a week or 2 nights a week or whatever I can do, and try and win some races.
Absolutely. Transitioning a little bit from the racing, a little bit into you obviously race cars. What is something that people might not know about Mike Anderson?
Oh, I think everybody thinks they know everything about me. I'm pretty simple. I race all summer, and then as soon as racing's over, I bow hunt and hunt as much as I can until I went hunting last weekend yet. So I hunt as much as I can, and now I got retarded last year and bought a four-wheeler. Me and my kid race ice racing now. That starts this weekend. We'll start racing on the ice because as old as I am, that's just what I need to do.
Any excuse to go racing a little bit more is a good excuse, right?
Yeah, well, it started out, I bought my kid a four-wheeler, and I stand there watching that. I'm not a watcher. I think it's stupid, and I got to get my own so I can race with them. And
that is awesome. Mike, you mentioned that without SSR, you'd be a 40 or 50 feature winner and retired. How much does it mean to you to continue to climb into the car year after year and maybe even pass this on to your kids? Is there a hope that your kids get into an AMOD or any other vehicle out here?
There is and there isn't. I mean, it's a family thing. I've had my boys with racing pretty much my whole career, but it's definitely a tough sport to get into. It's cost me probably more than I've earned on it as far as relationships and family and everything else. Being at the races when I should have been other places and just stuff like that. It's definitely, it takes out on a person, and you get your priorities screwed up sometimes, and which I've probably done plenty of times. But it's all in all, it's a tough sport to get away from once you're in it too. So, if I don't race, I don't know what I'd be doing. I'd be bored out of my mind. I know that.
I understand that. I come from a football background, and due to COVID in the 2020 season, we were looking for something to do, and we found our way to the Eagle Valley Speedway, and now we're here talking. Mike, the sport is always looking to grow. It can never grow fast enough, but it's always looking to grow. If somebody came up to you and asked a piece of advice, what would be your number one piece of advice to somebody looking to get into racing dirt?
Well, you either better have a lot of money or know somebody with a lot of money, because it's definitely not a cheap sport to get into. Like I said, if I didn't have what I have, given to me every year, there's no way I could do it. It's just, unless you got money behind you, you can't do it anymore. There is no small teams, and everything. I'm probably as low budget as you can get and do as well as I do. So it's tough without the money.
Absolutely, and I think that's something that the fans in the stands sometimes forget. They see you show up on Friday night, they don't realize the work that you put in during the week, the amount of money that you're putting into the vehicle, and you do it because you have the passion for it.
Yeah, well, I've done it so long, it's almost like a job now, so it's just what you got to do. We got to do it every week, so, I've done it so long, it's just what you do.
Absolutely, and we're covering Classic Wissota Racing out at the Eagle Valley Speedway, so I'm going to transition into the Eagle Valley Speedway here a little bit. What is it about the Eagle Valley Speedway that keeps bringing you back?
Well, now I live like 5 minutes away, so I have to go there. But I'm friends with Jerry, the owner, and that kind of keeps me coming back. And I don't want to listen to him cry because I don't show up.
Is there anything that stands out about the Eagle Valley Speedway maybe that you wouldn't see anywhere else? Or, a little bit of what is the Eagle Valley Speedway to racers compared to even Red Cedar or ABC in Superior or Ashland there?
It's a fast track. It's pretty much wide open all the way around all the time. So it's tough on equipment, but it's fun. You get going around there pretty good, and there's some good racers there. It probably doesn't take the finesse like Menominee or some of the tracks that get a little drier and slicker, but it's got a good banking, so you can really buzz around there pretty good.
Absolutely. And Mike, to kind of wrap this up here a little bit, I am making a habit of asking everybody what is their favorite moment inside of a race car. So I ask you, what is your favorite moment inside a race car?
It's got to be winning, I guess. To me, winning is more for the people that follow me and the people that help me. I feel better for them because they appreciate it more than I do, I think. To me, it's my job. And to see them, I feel good for them when I get a win. It kind of keeps them going too.
Absolutely. And Mike Anderson, a stand-up guy here with me tonight. Again, we're at Rookie's Pub, sponsor of Classic Wissota Racing, along with Rock Solid Transport. Mike Anderson, thank you very much for joining me tonight.
Rock Solid Transport, ready to move your product. Whether it's produce to seafood or building materials to general freight, Rock Solid hauls it all. If you need a flatbed, pneumatic, or refrigerated shipment, Rock Solid is ready to meet your needs. Call Rock Solid Transport at 715-874-7625 and let Rock Solid Transport get your product where it needs to go.
Welcome back to Countdown to Classic. We're getting ready to bring you a rebroadcast of the races at the Eagle Valley Speedway from July 24th, 2020. The races on July 24th were designated as the Kyle Runkle Memorial. K-Runk was a regular at the Eagle Valley Speedway driving the 23 in the Midwest Modifieds. He was taken from this earth in November of 2016 at the age of 22 due to a gas can explosion. He was a friend to many at the Eagle Valley Speedway. In addition, we'll have a full slate of Wissota Racing action from that night. All of that coming up next on Classic Wissota Racing Action. You've been watching Countdown to Classic on NLWN-TV.
Look at that. It's so sad. You've been watching Countdown to Classic on NLWN-TV. Countdown to Classic has been presented by Rock Solid Transport and Wookiees Pub. Stay tuned. Coming up next is Classic Wissota Racing Action.
You made her college years possible, opening that education savings account when she was little, spearheading campus tours, and deciphering financial aid. If you can ace planning for college, you can do it for retirement. Get on track with tips at aceyourretirement.org.
You're tuned to the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV. We use advertising revenue to make this service available to you. If you have a business and would like to get your message out to our ever-increasing audience, give us a call at 715-563-1749. We'll be happy to discuss our budget-friendly advertising packages with you. Get your business noticed on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV by calling 715-563-1749. NLWN-TV welcomes you to Classic Wissota Racing Action. We hope to help get you ready for the 2021 racing season as we replay some of the races from last summer. Classic Wissota Racing Action is brought to you by Rock Solid Transport. Regardless of what you need hauled, Rock Solid can help you get it there. And Rookiees Pub in Chippewa Falls, where you can watch the races with racers. Now, let's head back to last summer and check out some Classic Wissota Racing Action.
Good evening and welcome to the Eagle Valley Speedway here in Chippewa Falls, Wisconsin. We are going to have some Wissota Racing action up for you tonight. We have the Kyle Runkle Memorial tonight. He was a former racer out here at the Eagle Valley Speedway and had an untimely death at the age of 22. We're going to get some racing action in tonight. We're going to start out with the street stocks, the Midwest mods. We'll go to the super stocks, the gear stocks, the Wissota mods, and we'll end everything out with the Hornets. We will begin tonight with the heat racing action and finish it out with the feature action. We'll have all of that and more right after this quick pit stop on NLWN-TV.
Son, love is like the ocean. You have to tread the waters.
Dad, that's not the kind of help I needed. Jessica, will you go to prom with me?
Yes.
Thousands of teens in foster care can't wait to share their first with you.
Hello and welcome back to Eagle Valley Speedway. I'm John Fellens and we got Wissota Racing action for you. We're going to send it over to Scott, the track announcer for pre-race ceremonies.
Our products, Goulet's Auto out of Chippewa Falls, the Collision Center Auto Body Repair Shop in Chippewa Falls. They deliver complete auto, light truck, and RV collision repair. Tim's Automotive of Bloomer, Southworth Chevrolet, Buick GMC of Bloomer, River Country Co-op, in Cenex stores. Rock Auto, all the parts your car will ever need at rockauto.com. Credit King of Chippewa Falls, Baxter Engines of Eau Claire, Baxter's Speed Shop at Dorchester, Express Disposal in Thorpe, Art Snowmobile and ATV of Cornell, new and used parts and accessories for snowmobiles, ATVs, and UTVs are located between Bloomer and Cornell. Clearview Auto Glass in Bloomer, the Edge on Lake Wissota. Northwest Coin Machine Company of Bloomer for all of your amusement vending needs. Mitch Shackleton of Heavy Haul, as I mentioned, put $50 on each feature winner tonight. JP Mechanical Plumbing and Heating of Oliva, Dan Heindel Electric in Abbotsford, Jacob Plumbing and Heating of Abbotsford, and Union Trailer and Power Equipment of Chippewa Falls. Thank you guys very, very much. As you entered the racetrack tonight, you can see when you came through the main ticket gate that the Kyle Runkle family has a bunch of raffle prizes down there. Stop down there. Get those raffle tickets. We'll be doing that throughout the night. Also, the girls are going to be making their way through the grandstand, selling those winning tickets for the 50-50, so make sure you do that as well. And as usual, make sure you visit the concession stand. Some of the best racetrack food you'll ever get is right here at the Eagle Valley Speedway.
Follow the car, yeah. Oh, that must be follow the car.
Once again, a big thanks to you great fans for spending your Friday night here at the Eagle Valley Speedway. 4th annual K-Runk Memorial. Hard to believe. It's the 4th annual. $1,223 to win, $50 additional on each feature winner tonight, and a 12-pack of Busch Light. So, ladies and gentlemen, looks like we're about set to kick off tonight's show. If you'd all please rise, gentlemen, please remove your hats. First of all, tonight, as I mentioned, it's the 4th annual K-Runk Memorial. Tonight, we honor Kyle Runkle, we race in memory of Kyle Runkle, and we will have fun later tonight in memory of Kyle Runkle. So, thank you very, very much for coming out. And now, ladies and gentlemen, our national anthem. And now, ladies and gentlemen, the American National Anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we held at the twilight's last gleam and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we marched.
All right, thank you.
And fans, that was the 23 KR of Kyle Runkle. They're carrying the net or the flag. Fans, we'll have action for you right after this quick pit stop here on NLWN-TV.
Rock Solid Transport, ready to move your product. Whether it's produce to seafood or building materials to general freight, Rock Solid hauls it all. If you need a flatbed, pneumatic, or refrigerated shipment, Rock Solid is ready to meet your needs. Call Rock Solid Transport at 715-874-7625 and let Rock Solid Transport get your product where it needs to go.
And fans, we're going to start things out tonight with the street stocks. I'm going to give you the lineup for the first heat race. On the inside of row 1 is car number 16 of Kyle Gannett. On the outside of row 1 is car number 2D of Dalton Hazelton. On the inside of row 2 is the 84 of Hunter Van Glider. And on the outside of row 2 is the 12 of Cody Coomer. On row 3, you have the 3R of Danny Richards. On the outside of row 3, the 3J of Jared Linder. On the inside of row 4, you have the 54 of Scott Davis. And on the outside of row 4 is the 27P of Parker Anderson. We are getting the yellow flag to bring the streeters on the track right now. We will get a couple of warm-up laps in and pack the track down a little bit. They're taking the big tractor around. Alongside me tonight is Rick Olson. Rick, you've been out here. We got to see a pretty special memorial to Kyle Runkle. Got to see his vehicle out here take a couple laps with the U.S. flag. And pretty special. What were your thoughts?
Well, I think it's really pretty super that they are able to still remember Kyle and commemorate him after tragedy took his life way too young. But, John, we're about ready to do some racing here, and I'll tell you what, in these street stocks, again, I got to say, watch out for that 3R of Danny Richards. He has been virtually unstoppable here in the street stocks the last several weeks, and he's in this first heat, so watch out for him. He is starting back in the number 5 position, so he's going to have his work cut out for him if he wants to win the first heat. But you know, it's not necessarily winning the first heat. It's getting into the feature in a good spot where you can set up to win the feature.
Absolutely. In fact, the heat races don't pay. It's the features that pay.
That's right.
And these guys still want to win the heats. They obviously want to win the feature the most.
And placing well in the heats makes a difference to where you start that feature and gives you a better shot at doing well in the feature.
Yeah. Now we have all the cars on the track here. The track officials are starting to get them lined up.
Don't let this third row confuse you. I think it's appropriate that it is the third row because both cars in the third row are number 3.
Yeah.
Danny Richards is 3R, and then we also have a 3J on the outside of that row.
Yeah, and they've got them lined up. They are getting the
2 to go
right now. So as we're looking out here, we got a white 16 car, a black 2D car. We've got a yellow and blue 84, a black 12, a white and orange 3R car, a white and blue 3 there, and then the black 54 and a white 27. We're going to send the racing action over to Scott Teefs here, the track announcer, and we will pick it up with you at the end of this race.
Coming down this time around the Eagle Valley Speedway, Kyle Gannett, Dalton Hazelton, Hunter Van Gilder and Cody Coomer, Danny Richards and Jared Linder, Scott Davis, Parker Anderson, first of 2 for your street stocks. Eagle Valley Speedway, are you ready for the 4th annual K-Runk Memorial? Here we go, Kyle Gannett, Dalton Hazelton from row 1, green flag waving high above the speedway. Kyle Gannett, the Auburndale, Wisconsin racer, going to jump out front early. He will lead lap 1, and that's 16X. Cody Coomer going to work to the inside of Dalton Hazelton as they battle here in the opening lap. Gannett from inside of row 1, Coomer now to second. Hazelton will settle into third, then it's Richards and Van Gilder, your first 5. Parker Anderson going to work to the inside of Jared Linder, and then it's Scott Davis in the 54. Jeanette Coomer, Richards going to look to the outside of Hazelton. They will battle down the back straightaway. Van Gilder going to battle with the 27P of Parker Anderson. Kyle Jeanette continues to lead. Cody Coomer trying to reel him in. Danny Richards, the 2-time winner, now in third. Dalton Hazelton back to fourth. Van Gilder, Anderson, and Jared Linder will continue to go at it for fourth. Jeanette continues to lead. Cody Coomer continues to close. Kyle Jeanette started inside our row 1, but his lead continues to dwindle as Medford, Wisconsin's Cody Coomer continues to track him down. Danny Richards is still third, then it's Hazelton, and the battle for fourth continues between Hunter Van Gilder, Parker Anderson, and the 3J of Jared Lindner. This time by white flag waving, one final trip around the Eagle Valley Speedway for Kyle Jeanette. Jeanette now opening up a 2-car length advantage as he drives down the back straightaway. Coomer is still there, and Richards is third. Off of turn 4, though, checkered flag waving high above the Eagle Valley Speedway for Kyle Jeanette. So there you have it, race fans. Third, we'll go to the 3J, or check that, the 3R of Danny Richards, runner-up to the 12 of Cody Coomer in the Kafka Motorsports, County Wireless, TLC Transport, McMillan Electric, JDT Transport, Helms Motorsports, Heek, Well and Pump Company, Performance Engineering, Midwest Auto Movers, Nakusa Car Care, Tomahawk Campground and RV Park, American Auto Sales and Service, Edwin Memorial Lanes, B-Side Storage, JD Repair and Phoenix Stainless. He's out of Auburndale. Your winner in 16X, Kyle Jeanette.
And Kyle Jeanette winning his heat race, starting from the pole. That was a long list here. We're going to get going on the next lineup here. Starting on the inside of row 1 is the 40 of Travis Lowe. On the inside of, or on the outside of row 1 is the 79 of Jeff Nowak. On the inside of row 2 is the 1R of Cole Richards. On the outside of row 2 is the 82, and I'll let you say that name, Rick. Bodanovic. Kevin Benedict. On the inside of row 3 is Adam Saltis. On the outside of row 3 is the 7 of Caden Eagle. On the inside of row 4 is Brandon Hakala. And on the outside of row 4, the 26 is Ty Agent.
Yeah, that's Bodanovic. That's a mouthful.
There is an absolute mouthful on 2 of those.
Again, watch out for Cole Richards and Travis Lowe in this. They've had some good experiences, and they're about to get the 2 to go, I believe.
We will wait to see. They have them lined up, so yeah, they just got the 2 to go here.
Getting the last of the cars from the previous heat. These are the street stocks, Heat B, and they're getting the 1 to go. So I'll tell you what, we're going to send it back over to Scott for the Heat B of the street stocks.
So caution lights dropping down around the speedway. Travis Lowe, Jeff Nowak, that is your front row. Cole Richards and Kevin Bogdanovich, Adam Saltis, Caden Engel, Brandon Hakala, Ty Agent, here we go. Travis Lowe will jump out front early as they drive down the back straightaway. Jeff Nowak will settle into second in the 79. Lowe will lead lap 1 in the 40. Travis Lowe trying to stretch it here in the early going. Lowe started inside of row 1 and continues to lead as Jeff Nowak continues to hang on to second, but under a lot of pressure from the 82 of Kevin Bogdanovich. Cole Richards is there as well in the 1R. Then it's Hackala. Salta's going to move to the outside. Caden Engen. Engel in the 7. And then the 26 of Ty Agent. Travis Lowe trying to run away and hide here in Heat 2. Jeff Nowak trying to hang on. Kevin Bogdanovich looking for an opening. Nowak up the racetrack. Bogdanovich going to look to the inside. Here comes Cole Richards in the 1R, and then Brandon Hackala in the 80. Travis Lowe on cruise control as we are under caution here for the 82 of Kevin Bogdanovich. So Bogdanovich will back out of the infield over there in turn 2, and we will reset the field. So 4 laps have been scored, 4 remain. As Travis Lowe will be your leader out front by himself.
And John, this is what they call a Delaware restart, and I'm not sure Travis Lowe totally gets it. He should be out in front, and then the other cars are lined up in 2s behind him. I think he's thinking he's got to be in the pole, but now he's out front where he belongs, and now they're getting them lined up like they should be.
Yeah, a little bit of a clutterfest there.
Oh, he's stopping up number 79, telling him to slow down. He's not supposed to be even with 40. And now they're lined up more correctly.
And so 4 laps have been scored, 4 remain.
And we'll let Scott take over from here.
Jeff Nowak now to the outside of the second row. Kevin Bogdanovich to the inside. Brandon Hackala. Hackala started inside of row 4 in the 80, and then it's Adam Saltis in the 9. Here we go, green flag waving again. Travis Lowe once again will jump out front and run away, but how about Brandon Hackala? As we are under caution here once again, Ty Agent in the 1R now of Cole Richards coming together. So the first of 4 Midwest Modified Heat races up next. Top 5 to the big dance. Top 2 will redraw. So I'm being told that Cole Richards will be charged with a second caution here in Heat 2. So he will have to go to the pits and tag onto the back of the field come a feature time. So 5 laps have been scored, 3 remain for Barron, Wisconsin's Travis Lowe. Lowe started inside of row 1 and has stayed there. That thing has been really, really good tonight. He's just ran away from everyone. But Brandon Hackala started 7th on the field. Keep an eye on the Tomahawk Wisconsin racer inside of the second row. Kevin Bogdanovich to the outside. Saltus and Nowak from row 3. Caden Engel and Ty Agin from row 4. 5 laps have been scored. 3 remain. Here comes Travis Lowe right at you once again from row 1. Travis Lowe will jump out front once again. Brandon Hackle at a second. Adam Saltus having a great run. How about the 9 now to third? Travis Lowe, Brandon Hackle, Adam Saltus, Kevin Bogdanovich, and Caden Engel, your first 5. This time by white flag waving high above the Eagle Valley Speedway for Travis Lowe. Travis Lowe will drive down the back straightaway one final time. Hackle and Saltus will battle behind him. Off at turn 4, checkered flag waving this time by for Travis Lowe and 40.
Travis Lowe leading this heat race from start to finish. Had 2 cautions in this heat race, and it was an entertaining and exhilarating heat race, Rick.
And coming in second was Brandon Hackala, driving car 80. And Hackala came all the way from the back of the pack to take second place. So he had a really good run in that heat race. And then we had third place was number 9, Adam Saltus. So that's going to bring us up to the Midwest Modifieds. And I'll tell you what, John, why don't we take a quick pit stop, and we'll be back with 4 heat races for the Midwest Modifieds. Right after this brief pit stop, you're watching Wissota Racing Action on NLWN-TV.
Rookies Pub, 616 North Bridge Street in Chippewa Falls has been newly remodeled. They have happy hour Monday, Thursday until 6 p.m. There's free pool Mondays and Tuesdays, and a free jukebox on Tuesdays. Don't forget, Rookies has a DJ every Friday and Saturday night. Stop by and check out Rookies Pub, 616 North Bridge Street in Chippewa Falls. Don't forget, at Rookies you can watch the races with racers.
And we're back here at the Eagle Valley Speedway here in Jim Falls. We're getting ready for 4 heat races for the Wissota Mods. That will lead to 2 features in the Midwest Mods, not the Wissota Mods.
Right, and we'll have a B feature today, which is kind of like the last chance to get into the feature for those guys that don't qualify out of their heat. But something really cool happening in this race. Kyle Runkle's car is being driven in this race, and it's being driven by Les Duhlman. The 23 KR is the car of Kyle Runkle. He's at the back of the pack. Let's see if he can make something happen with Kyle's car tonight.
He absolutely will be trying. I'll give you a quick lineup here. Starting on the inside of row 1 is the JLO of Jason Olson. On the outside of row 2, a very heavy contender is the 3 Junior of Shane Halupka. On the inside of row 2 is the winner from last week's feature, no he's not, the 23 Double D of George Dahlbeck.
But he placed well.
Yes, he placed well. The outside of row 2 is the 68 of Shadow Kitchener. In the inside of row 3 is the 06 of Jeremy Nelson. On the outside of row 3 is the 19P of Antonio Paterno. On the Paterno,
was the Penn State football coach.
Yes, he was. On the inside of row 4, as we mentioned in that 23 KR of K-Runk, is Les Duhlman. On the outside of row 4, wrapping up the field, is the 6S of Steve Haas.
First of 4 Midwest Modified heat races. A lot of Midwest Modified drivers here. We have a big card tonight. The top 5 transfer to the feature, and then the last, the other drivers will
go to
battle
the
out
feature.
In that B feature.
Yeah. And Rick, Scott mentioned the price tag on winning this feature earlier. I don't remember the exact figure. But there's a pretty good paycheck on the line to win this race tonight, and these guys are going to battle it out to make sure they're in that top 5 and get into that A-main. And we're getting the 2 to go down here on the track as these cars getting lined up. In the front, you have the JLO. It's a blue and yellow car. On the outside is the 3 Junior of Shane Holupka, the red and white car. On the inside of row 2 is a blue and white 23 car in black. And in a black car is the 668 of Shadow Kitchener. On the inside of row 3 is a white and yellow. Excuse me, we're going to send it over.
Jump out front early here in Heat 1 for your Midwest Modifieds. George Dahlback is there in the 23 Double D. Then it's Jeremy Nelson, Shadow Kitchener, and Antonio Pintero, your first 5. Holupka, Dahlback, Jeremy Nelson, Shadow Kitchener, Antonio Pintero, Les Duhlman. Then it is Steve Haas in the 6S, followed by Jason Olson in the J-Lo. Shane Holupka's got it going on again tonight, your leader in 3 Junior. Holupka now putting some distance on George Dahlback in the 23 Double D. Jeremy Nelson is still 3rd, Kitchener is 4th, and Antonio Pintero is 5th. Shane Holupka. Holupka just cruising down the back straightaway. George Dahlback still 2nd. But off the turn 4, checkered flag waving once again for Shane Holupka. Well, John, it appears Shane Holupka picked up right where he left off.
Has not lost steam at all. I gotta say though, an incredible move at the start of the race by that 19P. Just dove right to the bottom and just passed. Well, he only passed 1, but it certainly looked like he passed 3 cars there to take that. The 23 KR finishing in 6th there. Rick, I'll let you give the top 3 here real quick.
Well, yeah, Jeremy Nelson took 3rd. 2nd place was George Dahlback in that 23 Double D. And, of course, 1st place, Shane Holupka in the 3 JR.
Hey fans, is your check engine light on? Call First Choice First Choice Mobile Repair to take care of the problem. 715-559-5219.
And we're getting ready for Heat B in Midwest Modifieds. Number 12 has got the inside position, Craig Haas. Then on the outside is number 26, Taylor Olson. Funny, I would mispronounce that name. Then on row 2 inside, Autumn Ellis in car number 20. George Truscott is in car number 32 on the outside of row 2. Inside row 3, J.D. Ford in 343. Then the 95X Kent Baxter is outside of row 3. Inside row 7, Tommy Richards in 7R. He's coming from the back of the pack. He's been unstoppable. Watch for him. And then, of course, we have number 13, Derek Reed. And they're being given the 1 to go, John. So we're going to send it over to Scott for the call of this race.
So once again, a Heat 2 of 4 for your Midwest Modifieds. Top 5 to the big dance later on tonight. Top 2 will redraw. This is a stacked heat race once again. Craig Haas, Taylor Olson from row 1, Austin Ellis and George Truscott. J.D. Ford, Kent Baxter, Tommy Richards, Derek Reed. Here we go. Will lead lap 1. Austin Ellis looking to the inside. Truscott, J.D. Ford, and Tommy Richards will battle behind them. Taylor Olson, Kent Baxter, and then the 13 of Derek Reed smoking. Two-time winner Austin Ellis working to the inside of Craig Haas. Haas rolling right through the middle. Austin Ellis down on the tires. They're door-to-door off of Ford. Craig Haas trying to hang on. Austin Ellis trying to steal the show. Haas, Ellis, Richards now to third. Truscott back to fourth, and it's J.D. Ford. Craig Haas continues to work upstairs. Austin Ellis working down below. Haas once again up top. Ellis will drive to the inside of the 12 off of turn 4. Haas, Ellis, Richards, George Truscott, J.D. Ford, Kent Baxter, Taylor Olson, and then the 13 of Derek Reed. Austin Ellis continue to put on a show for you fans tonight here at the Eagle Valley Speedway. This time by white flag waving one more time. Here comes Ellis again. Craig Haas working to the outside. Austin Ellis down low. Down the back straightaway for the final time. Craig Haas trying to hang on into turn 3. Ellis back to the inside off of turn 4. Your winner will be Craig Haas.
And Craig Haas taking that race. Ellis there finishing second. And Rick, I tell you, 3 more laps and Tommy Richards was there.
You're absolutely right. He was closing, and although Tommy Richards and George Truscott had a little conversation with each other about midway through that heat race, as they were bumping a little bit, George Truscott kind of got the worst of it because his rear fender came.
His rear quarter panel came off the car.
Yeah.
And I suspect there'll be further conversation of this in the pits. We're going to get going right into heat race 3 here as they're already pulling the cars onto the track. On the inside of row 1, we're going to have the 21 of Brandon Jensen. On the outside of row 1, we're going to have the 80 of Derek Haas. On the inside of row 2, you're going to have the 63 JR Jr. of Brady Larson. On the outside of row 2 is going to be the number 1 of Jake Stye. On the inside of row 3 is the 24P of Louis Luizio. On the outside of row 3 is the 18S of 13-year-old Kennedy Swan. Rounding out the field is going to be the 14K of Sean Kelly.
And Rick, Kennedy Swan ended up on the pole last week in the feature, and he wasn't able to finish the race. He ran into some mechanical issues, but my goodness, the kid's 13 years old.
He's putting out a show out here for being 13 years old, and at 13 years old to be in a Midwest modified car like this, and he can't even drive a street car.
Right, yeah, he can't get himself to and from the races, but he can sure drive around the dirt track nicely.
And he does it very, very well. Watch out for the 80, the 1. Watch out for the 18. He can make some noise.
He can.
We're seeing a lot of cars out here that we haven't seen recently.
That 24P was here last week as well, Puzio.
Yep. So the field got the 1 to go. We're going to send it over to Scott Teeves for the call of the race.
Brandon Jensen, man, he has been really, really good in that SSR's 21B. Derek Haas to the outside. Haas has a feature win. Here we go. Heat 3 of 4 for your Midwest Modifieds. Haas will lead lap 1. Brandon Jensen is second. Brady Larson is third. Then it's Jake Stye and Sean Kelly, your first 5. Continues to lead as they race down the back straightaway. As I mentioned earlier, Haas looking for his second feature win of the year. Brandon Jensen looking for win number 5 of the 21B. Started outside of row 1 at his state there. Brandon Jensen still second. Brady Larson looking for his second of the year in the 63 junior. Check out the battle for fourth between Jake Stye and Sean Kelly. Lou Puzio slowing on the back straightaway in the 24P. Lou will roll off into the pits. We will stay green for Derek Haas in 80. Customs 80 cranked up on the cushion. This time by white flag waving, 1 to go for Derek Haas. Checkered flag waving high above the Eagle Valley Speedway for Derek Haas in 80. So there you have it, race fans. Third, we'll go to the 63 junior of Brady Larson, runner-up to the 21B of Brandon Jensen and the Haas Incorporated. Bob Merton Sales, Chippewa Valley Energy, Custer Farms, Courtesy Ford, and Express Disposal. He's out of Thorpe, your winner in 80, Derek Haas.
And thank you very much there, Scott. Hey, fans, don't forget, next week, 1 week from tonight, August 3rd, we'll be right back here with more Wissota Racing action from the Eagle Valley Speedway. It will be the EDI Norson Don Hazelton Memorial with the Northern Vintage Racing. Races will be recorded on July 23rd or July 31st, and our broadcast will begin on NLWN-TV at 6 p.m. next Monday night. In this third heat, or in this fourth and final heat race, we start things out when on inside of row 1 is the 21J of Josh Smith. On the outside of row 1 is the 89, of Tyler Lamb. On the inside of row 2 is the 34 junior of Don Larson Jr. On the outside of row 2 is the 8 of Brian Pretzman. On the inside of row 3 is the 13M of Cole Mueller. On the outside of row 3 is the double Q of Tony Barr. And rounding out the field in the 119 is Mike Weedman.
And that 34 JR, it's Dan Larson Jr. He might come up and turn your A into an O pretty quick here if you're not careful there, John. But they're getting the one to go, so we're about ready to start this fourth and final Midwest Modified Heat. Let's turn it over to Scott.
So once again, fourth and final Midwest Modified Heat race on the 4th annual K-Rug Memorial. 1,223 to the winner later on tonight. You can throw an extra 50 on there from Chippewa Heavy Haul. It's going to be a great, great night. Chippewa Heavy Haul throwing an additional $50 on all the feature wins tonight, plus a 12-pack of Busch Light. Here we go. Josh Smith, Tony Barr, how about T-Bar? Started 6th on the field, now to 2nd. Keep an eye on QQ. Tyler Lamb is 3rd in the 89. Josh Smith continues to lead. Tony Barr trying to hunt him down. Tyler Lamb, Brian Pretzman, Dan Larson Jr., your first 5. Smith has got it going on tonight, working the outside, but here comes T-Bar again in QQ. Tyler Lamb will battle with Brian Pretzman for third. Mike Weidman now to fifth in the 119. Josh Smith, Tony Barr have checked out on Tyler Lamb and the rest of the field. Josh Smith has got company in T-Bar. Tyler Lamb and Brian Pretzman, white flag waving this time by. 1 to go for Josh Smith and 21J. Smith and Barr going to settle it down the back. Straight away, Tony Barr is there. Smith to the outside. Tony Barr to the inside. Off a turn 4, checkered flag waving for your winner, Josh Smith. Don't get much better than that. Great race, Heat 4. Third will go to the 89 of Tyler Lamb. Runner up to the QQ of Tony Barr, and in the Union Trailer and Power Equipment, Eau Claire Insulation, Mobile One Storage, Mike's Meats, JP Mechanical, Precision One Storage, Extreme Transmission, and Marinda Tractors. He's out of Fall Creek, your winner at 21J, Josh Smith.
And what a heck of a finish there. The double Q there trying to make a run for it and just narrowly got edged out.
Hey, that was about as close to a photo finish as you would possibly get. And now we have the super stocks coming up. You know what, John? We're going to take a brief pit stop, and then we'll see all the super stock action. Right after this pit stop, you're watching Wissota Racing action on NLWN-TV.
It's all good, baby.
Is it really all good?
If you love me enough to routinely test your handyman skills, not to mention the strength of your marriage, then of course you'll visit nhtsa.gov/therightseat to make sure I'm in the right car seat.
And these cars are getting the 1 to go already. I'll give you a quick run-up. We got the 20 of Andrew Davis starting on the pole, the 2 of Martin Steffen on second. Third, it's the 00 of Jason Quarters. Fourth is going to be the 17 of Wayne Dean. Fifth is going to be the 1E of Eric Olson. Sixth is going to be the 27 of Tony Faulkner. And rounding out the field in seventh is the 8 of Jim Harris. We're going to hand it off to Scott for the call of the race.
Davis, Bart, Steffen from row 1. Steffen will be your early race leader of the 2. Andrew Davis and Eric Olson get a battle behind him. Then it's Wayne Dean and Tony Faulkner, your first 5. Bart Steffen started outside of row 1 and trying to run away and hide as Eric Olson will work underneath Andrew Davis as they battle for second. Tony Faulkner to third. Faulkner going to slide up the racetrack. Wayne Dean going to take advantage of the 17. Bart Steffen, Eric Olson, Andrew Davis, Wayne Dean, and Tony Faulkner, your first 5. Then it's Jason Quarters and Jim Harris in the 8. Steffen continues to lead. Eric Olson having a great run. See if the 1E can reel him in. Andrew Davis is still third. Wayne Dean is fourth. Tony Faulkner is fifth. Steffen, Olson, Davis, your first 3. One final trip around the Eagle Valley Speedway for Bart Steffen in 2. Bart Steffen on cruise control. Eric Olson still second. Off at turn 4, checkered flag waving high in the air for Bart Steffen in 2.
Bart Steffen winning this race, followed by the 1E of Eric Olson and the 20 star. Excuse me, I did not mention the star in the pre-race lineup. It is the 20 star of Andrew Davis. And
pretty much took care of that from the get-go.
He took the lead right off the start, just walked away to a happy win.
And actually, to be honest with you, a lot of times that's what happens in the heat races. If they know they're going to transfer, they don't push it too hard, and they get ready to go. So that gets us, the cars for the second heat are coming onto the track, John.
All right, starting on the pole of this heat race is the 76 of Doug Koski. Outside of him is the 1M of Kurt Myers. Starting on the inside of the second row is the 75 of Scott. Excuse me. Geiger. On the outside of the second row is the 7R of Tommy Richards. On the inside of the third row is the 22T of Terrence Spacek. On the outside of the third row is the 10 of Joe Miller. And rounding out the field is the 25 of Chad Johnson. These cars are starting to get lined up already. Brownie's down there giving them the signals, and it appears that he's going to give them the 1 to go. No, he's giving them the 2 to go. So we've got the 1M of Kurt Myers, winner a few weeks ago.
He's still got the caution out because there's still cars that are going to be getting across the track from the previous heat.
That 76 that Doug Koski definitely made a run at it last week.
And of course, Tommy Richards is out there, and he's always a threat.
Yeah, and the 22T of Terrence Spacek just came in from the pit road, or pit lane there. Or I shouldn't say pit lane, the pit area here. This is not a speedway if you watch NASCAR, they have a pit lane. We have a pit area, which...
This is where racing gets dirty and grimy, John.
Yes, it is. And we have the 1 to go signal, so we're going to hand it over to Scott Teefs for the call of the race.
So here we go, your second and final Wissota Superstock heat race of the night. Doug Koski and Kurt Myers from row 1, Scott Geiger and Tommy Richards. Terrence Spacek, Joe Miller, Chad Johnson, that is your field. Myers a 5-time winner, Richards a 7-time winner. They will go from the outsides of row 1 and 2. Here we go. Richards going to go at it yet again here in Heat 2. Myers working the bottom. Tommy Richards is there, and then Doug Koski, your first 3. Scott Geiger is 4th, and then it's the 10 of Joe Miller. Chad Johnson and Terrence Spacek with problems in the 22T. Kurt Myers continues the lead, but Richards looking for an opening in 7R. Myers will go back to the top. Richards going to take a look to the inside. Doug Koski comfortably to 3rd. Great battle out front. Myers and Richards going at it here again. Kurt Myers up the racetrack. Richards will drive to the inside there, door to door down the back straightaway. Tommy Richards trying to steal it from Kurt Myers. Richards, Myers, Koski, your first 3. Scott Geiger is fourth. Chad Johnson and then Joe Miller to round up the field. White flag waving for Tommy Richards. Tommy Richards, Kurt Myers going to settle it. Richards with the advantage. Myers going to drive it in up on the cushion. Off at turn 4, though, your winner will be Tommy Richards.
Tommy Richards and Kurt Myers giving it definitely a run for the money here. And that was the second heat race. Ladies and gentlemen, Kurt Myers took the lead, actually fought with Tommy Richards there for the majority of that race.
And then Tommy Richards took him in the end.
Yep, Tommy Richards took him in the end. Fans, we're going to have the Pure Stocks for you right after this quick pit stop on NLWN-TV.
You made your house a reality. Homeschooling yourself on loans, color-coding listings, and flushing every toilet in a 20-mile radius. If you can ace house hunting, you can do it for retirement. Get on track with tips at aceyourretirement.org.
And welcome back, fans. We've got the Pure Stocks, the first of 2 heat races. Starting on the pole of this first heat race is the 95F of Devin Fries. On the outside of the first row is the 16 of Rob Grabon. On the inside of the second row is the 44R of Patrick Smith. On the outside of the second row is the 23R of James Ron. On the inside of row 3 is rookie number 1 Ryan Olson. Then Travis Hazelton in the 31.
And they're going green, John.
Rob Grabon continues to lead in the 16. Hazelton trying to track him down in the 31. Then it's James Ron in the 23R, your first 3. Grabon, Hazelton, Ron, keep an eye on that battle for 4th. Ryan Olson going to work underneath Devin Fries, and then it's the R44 of Pat Smith, followed by the 2B of Nicholas Hazelton, and then the 15 of Jeff Tisdale. Laps winding down now for Rob Grabon in 16. Grabon, Hazelton, Ron, your first 3 remain the same. Ryan Olson now to 4th. Devin Fries back to 5th. One more time for Rob Grabon in 16. Rob Grabon started outside of row 1 and has stayed there. This time by checkered flag waving for Rob Grabon. So there you have it for Heat 1. Third, we'll go to the 23R of James Ron, runner up to the 31 of Travis Hazelton, and the goal line and angle custom crushing. He is out of Bruce. Your winner in 16, Rob Grabon.
And Rob Grabon starting in that second position, winning this heat race. And ladies and gentlemen, they're rolling on the next heat race already. But don't forget, if you need an electrical diagnosis, or repair of your car, First Choice Mobile Repairs ASC certified mechanics can take care of that. 715-559-5219. First Choice Mobile Repairs makes house call. Starting on the inside of this heat race, row 1 on this heat race is the 57 of Brent Mendock. On the outside is 5R of George Richards, the 14 of Jay Foles, the 2 of Nick Simolet, the 92 of Charles Knops, the 25 of Ben Thompson, and the 101 of Michael Grover is your order. And we are going to get the 2 to go here.
Yeah, and your pronunciation of Nick's name is about as close as you can get. I'm sorry, Nate. Seismoniac, I think.
I am bad with names, and I apologize for that. If I get your name wrong, feel free to hit us up, let us know, and we'll definitely
get it right next time.
Yeah, we will do our best, and we're going to get the 1 to go. And actually, they have the 1 to go, so we're going to turn it over to Scott Teeves.
Wissota Modified Heat Races up right after this one. Brent Mendock, George Richards, Jay Fulton, Nate Zimoniak, Carl Knops, and Ben Thompson. Mike Grover, that is your field. 8 laps, green flag waving. So Ben Thompson spinning over in turn 2 to bring out the early caution flag. And once again, race fans, thanks for coming out for the 4th annual K-Runk Memorial. Thanks for spending your Friday night here at the Eagle Valley Speedway. Don't forget the girls continue to walk through the grandstand selling those winning tickets for the 50-50. Also get to the back of the grandstand and buy yourself that winning a raffle ticket. A lot of cool things back there. I had the opportunity to stop back a little bit later on or earlier today, and they got some really, really cool prizes, so make sure you do that. Once again, 2 Wissota Modified Heat Races up right after this one. So we'll try it again here in Heat 2 for your Pure Stocks. Prentice, Wisconsin's Brent Mendock will go from inside of row 1. And 3-time winner, George Richards to the outside, Jay Fulton, Nate Zimoniak, Carl Knops, and then it'll be the 101 of Mike Grover, and Ben Thompson will tag onto the back of the field. 8 laps, green flag flying once again. George Richards will jump out front and try and stretch it early, but Jay Folt's going to try and reel him in. How about Carl Knops, the 3rd of the 92, Brent Mendock, and Mike Grover? That is your first 5. Zimoniak off the speedway in the 2. George Richards just cruising out front. Jay Folt's going to have to battle with the 92 of Carl Knops. Mendock and Grover going to go at it, then it's Ben Thompson in the 25. Richards, Foltz, Knopp, your first 3. Mendock and Mike Grover, then Ben Thompson. George Richards just cruising out front as he continues to lead. But the caution flag will wave. for the 101 of Mike Grover. Hey, once again, a big thanks to Chippewa Heavy Haul for donating an extra $50 to every feature winner tonight. Not only do they get an extra $50, they also get themselves a 12-pack of Busch Light. So thank you very, very much. I know a bunch of them from Chippewa Heavy Haul sitting up in the VIP section tonight. Also, big thanks to you great fans for spending your Friday night here at the Eagle Valley Speedway. So 4 laps have been scored, 4 remain for George Richards. Carl Knopson, Jay Foltz from the second row, Brent Mindock in that 57. Ben Thompson in the 25, and Mike Grover charged with the caution. He'll drop to the back of the field in the 101. Once again, 2 Wissota Modified Heat races up right after this one. See if George Richards can hang on in the 5R. Or if Carl Knops, Jay Foltz can steal the win from the Mondovi, Wisconsin racer. Here we go. George Richards will jump out front once again. Knops and Foltz continue to battle behind him. Mindock to 4th, check that. Then it's Mike Grover and Ben Thompson. Anderson, Clayton Wagaman gonna battle early here in Heat 2 for your Wissota Modifieds. Anderson gonna work upstairs. Here comes Clayton Wagaman to the inside. Great battle out front. Mike Anderson, Clayton Wagaman. How about the battle for third? Hallquist to third. Fankhauser, Mike Knobs, and Dakota Smith. That is your field. Anderson and Wagaman trying to put some distance on a Hallquist and Fankhauser as they battle behind them. Anderson now trying to put some distance on Ramsey, Minnesota's Clayton Wagaman. Fankhauser back to third, white flag waving for Anderson at 57. Down the back straightaway for the final time. Five-time winner Mike Anderson up on the cushion. Off at turn 4, your winner will be Mike Anderson.
Mike Anderson took the lead with authority to start the race. That 14W of Clayton definitely tried to give him a run for his money, but at the end of the day did not have enough to give it to him. And the 11 of Sam Fankhauser pulling back into third after an endowed battle there. It was a 3-car race there for third, and Fankhauser got the notch there. And
there was a little while back there, third, fourth, and fifth were really battling it out in the middle of that heat. And I even pointed to you, John. I said, I think we're going to run into a little trouble back there. But now they kept themselves out of trouble, and it was a clean race.
Absolutely, Rick. We're going to have the Hornets for you right after this quick pit stop. You're watching Wissota Racing Action on NLWN-TV.
I know kids worry about a lot of things. Getting enough food to eat shouldn't be one of them. Through a nationwide network of food banks, Feeding America serves virtually every community in the United States. See how you can help your community. Visit feedingamerica.org.
And we're back here. We've got the Hornets going for you in their first heat race, starting on the
inside. It's their only heat race, John.
The only heat race, starting on the inside of row 1, is going to be the number 4 of Jocelyn Carruthers running in third place in points. On the outside of row 1 is the 21P of Levy Price. And the inside of row 2 is the 59H of Jason Hegelson. On the outside of row 2 is the 5 of Justin Wolf. On the inside of row 3 is the 221 of Danny Halterman. I believe he is the points leader. On the inside of on the outside of row 3 is the 7 of Jason Junker. On the inside of row 4 is the 715 of Sam Sheehan. And on the 8th and final starting position is the 33 of Derek Crumride.
And he was last week's winner.
Yes, he was.
And kind of ran away with the field.
And we're going to send it over to Scott for the start of this race.
Jocelyn Carruthers, Levi Price from row 1. And problems right off the start here on the front straightaway for Jason Helgenson. And we are under caution here early in your 1 Hornet heat race.
Was that because of
John, no, I don't think so, but he's got a flat tire on the front end, and I think he's got a broken rear axle possibly because he's got his right rear wheel is kind of sticking way out.
Yeah.
And, so he's kind of done for quite a while. They're picking up bits and pieces of cars off the track right now.
And that was definitely an interesting start. I have no idea how that happened. Jocelyn Carruthers dropped like
right from the start. Yeah, she was on the pole and she kind of dropped right back, right through the middle, and which is kind of what you do if you can't do it. You just let it drop, and they got to get around you, and he evidently didn't. And
yeah, he's not going to be too happy going back to the pits and looking at the damage to his Hornet car there.
But I think he got run into from behind, but all of a sudden he came really close to getting flipped on that one.
Yeah, and Rick, that's a racing accident right there. You know, the leader didn't have the speed to start the race. She dropped back. Everybody behind her checked up, and somebody didn't get a chance to check up in time, and that happens.
And we're going to have a repeat of the same thing once they're given that one to go, because they did not they didn't even start a lap, much less finish one. And so they go back to the same starting grid, minus any cars that can't continue, of course.
And here comes the 5 coming back up into his starting spot. We're gonna send it back to Scott Teefs here for the call of this race.
So they should get the one to go this time by Jocelyn Carruthers, Levi Price.
One to go, Johnny.
So here we go. Caution lights are down. Your one Hornet heat race. Jocelyn Carruthers, Levi Price going to do it again from row 1. Danny Halterman going to battle with Levi Price here with the opening lap. Halterman with the advantage. Levi Price to second, and then it's the 7:15 of Sam Sheehan. Derek Crumry, your feature winner last Friday night, and then the 7 of Jason Yunker. Followed by the 5 of Justin Wolf and the 4 of Jocelyn Carruthers. Danny Halterman just cruising. Derek Crumry to the inside. Crumry to second. Keep an eye on that 33 as he makes his way through the field. Danny Halterman trying to run away and hide as he leads early. Sam Sheehan going to battle with Derek Crumry, and then it's Levi Price, followed by Jason Yunker in the 7, Justin Worth in the 5, and Jocelyn Carruthers in the 4. Danny Halterman's got it going on again tonight, your leader in 221. Danny Halterman has checked out on Derek Crumry and Sam Sheehan as laps wind down here in your one Hornet heat race tonight. Halterman has checked out on Derek Crumry and the rest of the field, but keep an eye on that battle for second. White flag waving this time by for Danny Halterman. Halterman on cruise control, Sheehan, Crumry, Levi Price, Jason Yunker all mixing it up for second, but off at turn 4, checkered flag waving for Danny Halterman.
And finishing third in this heat race is the 33 of Derek Crumry. In second is going to be the 715, the 715 of Sam Sheehan. And winning this heat race was the 2-2-1 of Danny Halterman. Rick, we had a caution, pretty big caution to start the race. And we mentioned that Jocelyn Carruthers did not have the speed to start the race or lead the race to the start.
And it's exactly what happened on the restart too. She was on the pole and immediately punched her ticket for last place. Okay, what we got coming out here now is the B feature
of the Midwest Modifieds.
And we should be able to get to that real quick here.
It's a 10-lap race. Starting on the pole is the 23 KR of K-Runk, and driving that vehicle in honor of K-Runk is Les Dolman. On the outside of row 1 is the 95X of Kent Baxter. On the inside of row 2 is the 18S of Kennedy Swan. Outside of him is the 34 Junior of Dan Larson Jr. Inside of row 3 is the 6S of Steve Haas. Outside of row 3 is the 26 of Taylor Olson. Inside of row 4 is the 13M of Cole Mueller. On the outside of row 8 is the JLO of Jason Olson. On the inside of row 5 is the 13 of Derek Reed, and rounding out the field is the 24P of Louis Pizio.
And it should be pointed out that these drivers, this is the B feature, so these drivers are racing for the last 4 spots in the A feature. So the top 4 will get to the A feature, the rest of the pack is done for the night, at least in this class.
And these cars just got the 1 to go. It looks like Brownie's walking off the track right now, so we're going to hand it over to Scott Teeves.
So here we go. Once again, top 4 to the big dance later on tonight. Les Dolman in the 23 KR. Kent Baxter to the outside. 10 laps, green flag waving this time by. Will lead Les Dolman early here in your Midwest Modified semi-feature. Cole Mueller spinning over in turns 1 and 2, and we're under caution here early for your Midwest Modifieds in their 1 semi-feature tonight.
So on this 10-lap race, John, they had a little interruption.
Yeah, and Rick, we incorrectly pointed out that this is a feature race. It is a semi-feature race.
Right, it's the B feature.
Yeah. So we are going to get the 1 to go here going by, but that 23 KR is selecting the outside lane with Kennedy Swan underneath him. But going to take it to the white or to the green flag is the 35X. Excuse me, the 95X of Kent Baxter. We're going to hand it back to Scott Teeves right now.
First 3 rows, Taylor Olson, Derek Reed, Jason Olson, Lou Puzio, and Cole Mueller charged with the caution. He'll drop to the back of the field. 1 lap in, 9 to go, top 4 to the big dance later on tonight. Who's it going to be? Kent Baxter, your early race leader, green flag flying high above the Eagle Valley Speedway this time by. Steve Haas is there along with Kennedy Swan. Final transfer spot right now, Les Dolman in the 23 KR. Kent Baxter's got it cranked up on the outside. Going to bring Kennedy Swan along as she drives to the outside of Steve Haas. Les Dolman going to work on the 6, and then it's Dan Larson Jr. and the 34 Junior. Swan, Steve Haas, Les Doolman, your first four. Just cruising, but how about the 18S? Kennedy Swan is closing, and keep an eye on the battle for third between Les Doolman and Steve Haas. Baxter, Swan, Doolman back to third. Steve Haas is fourth. Dan Larson Jr. is fifth. Kennedy Swan is tracking down your leader, Kent Baxter. And under caution for Taylor Olson. Olson in the 26, spinning in turns 1 and 2 to bring out the caution. Kent Baxter started outside of row 1 and has stayed there. Kennedy Swan was closing in the 18S. So we will reset the lineup. Looks like Kennedy's going to elect to start to the outside of the second row. That'll put Les Doolman to the inside of that second row. Steve Haas to the inside. Dan Larson Jr., Cole Mueller, Lou Pruzio, Taylor Olson, Derek Reed, and Jason Olson. So 7 laps have been scored. 3 remain for Colfax, Wisconsin's Kent Baxter. Caution lights drop down around the Eagle Valley Speedway. Here we go. Baxter, Doolman, Swan, Haas, Larson. Your first 3 rows. 7 down, 3 to go. Green flag waving. Once again will jump out front. Les Doolman back in the mix in the 23 KR. Les Doolman with a break on the restart. How about Doolman down the back straightaway? Doolman and Baxter will go door to door. Jason Olson is sitting in turn 1, and we are under caution again. So Jason Olson coming to a stop. Doolman had just drove to the inside of Baxter. So Baxter will be out front by himself. Les will start inside of the second row. Kennedy Swan going to go to the outside. It'll be Haas and Larson, Cole Mueller, Lou Pruzio, Derek Reed, Taylor Olson, and Jason Olson in the J-Lo. So 8 laps have been scored, 2 remain. Seeking Kent Baxter can hang on, or will be a Les Doolman or Kennedy Swan from that second row. 4 and only 4 to the big dance later on tonight for the $1,223 to win a main for your Midwest Modifieds. 4th annual K-Runk Memorial for your Midwest Modifieds, Kent Baxter. Baxter trying to hang on. He has led nearly every lap, but Les Doolman has been really, really good. See what happens here. Baxter will get the jump on the restart as they drive down the back straightaway. Kennedy Swan in the 23 KR. Les Doolman will battle. This time by white flag waving. 1 to go for Kent Baxter. Baxter, Kennedy Swan, Les Doolman gonna settle it. Eagle Valley Speedway, get ready to the checkered flag off of turn 4. Your winner will be Kent Baxter.
Winning this heat race, semi-main was the 95X of Kent Baxter, followed by the 23 KR of Les Doolman. And rounding out the top 3 is going to be the 18S of Kennedy Swan. And I will include the 4th.
That was number 6.
Yes. And those are going to be your 4 transfers. Yes. Steve Haas, Kennedy Swan, Les Dolman, and Kent Baxter will be advancing to the main.
Well, that was a heck of a B feature. That was totally undecided as they came around turn 4. And I think what happened is Les Duhlman hit a little pocket of softer dirt as he was coming around turn 4 and got a little bounce that he wasn't looking for. And it lost him just enough time because he had a position where he might have been able to catch Baxter. But Baxter out of Colfax, Wisconsin, takes the B feature, so he, along with Swan, Haas, and Duhlman, all get to go to the A feature a little bit later on this evening.
And Rick, we're going to have all that action for you.
We are.
Right after this quick pit stop.
Well, it's going to be an intermission.
Yeah, it's going to be a little more than a quick pit stop. We're going to go get a drink. We're going to refresh our vocal cords. Maybe make a visit to the gorgeous facilities out here at the Eagle Valley Speedway.
Hey, we want to also throw a big thank you out to our substitute camera person, our regular camera person, Dan. His wife took a spill off a horse and had an injury very similar to Adrian Peterson, an ACL problem, and so he's being a dutiful husband and staying home taking care of her. And so Ann Monroe is filling in on the camera, and so for her first time out of the chutes doing something like this, I think she's doing an outstanding job, so hats off to Ann. And we're going to take an intermission and get us a little bit of refreshment, and we'll be back with the features right after this intermission. You're watching Wissota Racing Action on NLWN-TV.
My graduation was something I will never forget. People like you and me sometimes may have doubts in yourself, but I feel that everything's possible.
Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org.
It's intermission time and you're watching Classic Wissota Racing Action on NLWN-TV. Classic Wissota Racing Action is being brought to you by Rock Solid Transport. Whatever you need to haul, Rock Solid Transport can help you get it there. And Rookies Pub in Chippewa Falls, where you can watch the races with racers. Stay tuned, we have more Classic Wissota Racing Action coming up soon.
Up, hammers always down. If they don't hold together, I'm a right line bound. I hit the road, running wide open, out on the edge of the envelope. Look at the roads, my wheels are smoking. Too much to lose control. Running wide open.
Rookies Pub, 616 North Bridge Street in Chippewa Falls has been newly remodeled. They have happy hour Monday, Thursday until 6 p.m. There's free pool Mondays and Tuesdays, and a free jukebox on Tuesdays. Don't forget, Rookies has a DJ every Friday and Saturday night. Stop by and check out Rookies Pub, 616 North Bridge Street in Chippewa Falls. Don't forget, at Rookies you can watch the races with racers.
Rock Solid Transport, ready to move your product. Whether it's produce to seafood, or building materials to general freight, Rock Solid hauls it all. If you need a flatbed, pneumatic, or refrigerated shipment, Rock Solid is ready to meet your needs. Call Rock Solid Transport at 715-874-7625 and let Rock Solid Transport get your product where it needs to go. You're tuned to the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV. We use advertising revenue to make this service available to you. If you have a business and would like to get your message out to our ever-increasing audience, give us a call at 715-563-1749. We'll be happy to discuss our budget-friendly advertising packages with you. Get your business noticed on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV by calling 715-563-1749.
And we're back from this intermission out here at the Eagle Valley Speedway. We are getting ready for a street stock heat race or feature race. On the inside of row 1 is the 40 of Travis Lowe. On the outside of row 1 is the 9 of Adam Saltis. On the inside of row 2 is number 12 of Cody Coomer. On the outside of row 2 is the 2D.
Travis Lowe will lead the lap. 1 of the 40, Cody Coomer, Kyle Jeanette, Adam Saltis, your first 4. Then it's the 2D of Dalton Hazleton rounding out your first 5. Travis Lowe, Cody Coomer, Kyle Jeanette. Travis Lowe started inside of row 1, and he's got a lot of pressure from Coomer in the 12. Lowe trying to hang on. Coomer looking for an opening. How about Kyle Jeanette? Jeanette's going to look to the inside of the 12 as they drive down the back straightaway. Saltis is still 4th in the 9. Travis Lowe looking for his first of the year in 40. Cody Coomer in the 12 looking for his 5th. Lowe, Coomer, Jeanette. Jeanette's going to look to the outside now in the 16X. See if he can find anything on the top. Under caution for Ty Agin in the 26, spinning over and turning 2, and the caution flag will wave here in our street stock A main.
And he finally, Ty Agin, gets his car rolling again in that 26T. A little bit of spinning action going on over there, just heading into turn 2.
And that 40 of Travis Lowe just continues to lead.
And let's send it back over to Scott, because I think we're going to get, well, wait a minute. No, not quite yet. And Scott Davis kind of zipping around to get caught up to the back end of the pack.
Actually, I thought I got no about like finish over and sat down.
And now they're getting the 1 to go, and that that means it's time to send it back to Scott.
So 7 laps have been scored, 8 remain for Travis Lowe, the Barron, Wisconsin racer. As I mentioned, trying to drive it into victory lane for the first time this year. Cody Coomer in the 12 looking for his 5th. So here we go. 7 laps have been scored, 8 remain. See if Travis Lowe can hang on in the 40. Travis Lowe will jump out front once again in the 40. Cody Coomer, Kyle Jeanette, your first 3. Brandon Hackle at a 4th, and the battle continues for 5th between Adam Saltus and the 3R of Danny Richards. Travis Lowe started inside our roll 1 and has stayed there. See if he can hang on. Cody Coomer hanging around in the 12 and Kyle Jeanette in the 3. Lowe, Coomer, Jeanette. Caution flag waves. Some debris on the speedway setting in turn 4. Hunter Van Gilder will roll off into the pits in the 84, and we're under caution here once again. So 11 laps have been scored for Travis Lowe, 4 remain. So 11 down, 4 to go for Travis Lowe. Lowe has led every lap from the inside of row 1. Cody Coomer and Kyle Jeanette have been there all night long. Brandon Hackle on the 3R of Danny Richards. Richards starting 7th on the field, and it's Adam Saltus and Jared Linder in the 3J. Linder started inside of row 7. He started 13th on the field. He's making his way to the front. So 11 down, 4 to go. Your 23-lap Midwest Modified A-Main setting in the staging area for $1,223 to win tonight. Plus Mitch from Chippewa Heavy Haul throwing in an additional $50 to all feature winners tonight, plus a 12-pack of Busch Light. So here we go. 11 down, 4 to go. Travis Lowe trying to hang on and put it down in the Haas Incorporated victory lane. See if Cody Coomer of Kyle Jeanette have anything for the Barron, Wisconsin racer. Travis Lowe, Cody Coomer. Here comes Danny Richards to the inside of Jeanette. They will circle the Eagle Valley Speedway side by side. Laps winding down for Travis Lowe in 40. Lowe, Coomer, Richards, Jeanette, Brandon Hackler, your first 5. This time by, white flag waving one more time for Travis Lowe. Travis Lowe looking for his first of the year down the back straightaway for the final time. The Barron, Wisconsin driver into turn 3. Off at turn 4. Get your hands together for Travis Lowe.
And Travis Lowe leading from flag to flag. Nothing anybody had for him. Cody Coomer tried his very best and
just wasn't quite there.
Wasn't quite there.
He pulled him off, and
he got to his quarter panel on the restart there and just could not hang with him on the straightaways. Travis Lowe just drove away. You had the 12 of Coomer there finishing second. Then you had the 3R of Richards finishing third. And we're going to let them hit tech. Travis Lowe took an extra lap around the speedway here. But while we're waiting, football fans, mark your calendars for Saturday, August 1st, because NLWN-TV is slated to bring you live Cowboys semi-pro football. The Cowboys will be hosting the Southern Lakes Blue Devils. Cowboy kickoff will begin at 5:45 p.m. and the game will begin at 6 p.m. Tune in Saturday evening on YouTube and NLWN-TV or listen at www.northernlightwebcasting, all one word, www.northernlightwebcasting.com.
not quite. It's northernlightwebcastingnetwork.com, but it is all one word. So don't forget that network in there, because if you don't put it in there, you're not going to find us.
And we're waiting here for the 40 to make it through tech inspection across that weight scale. His family's headed over to Victory Lane. We'll hand it off over to Brownie, and Travis Lowe is going to get a water bath tonight, Rick.
Yeah, yes, he is. I'm hoping Brownie has his bottle of water all set.
And let's hand it over to Brownie.
All right. You betcha. I bet you Kyle can even hear you. That's awesome. Thanks for coming out tonight, gang. Thanks for supporting the Runkle family. You guys are the best. Here he comes. Wait for Travis to get out of the car here in a second. All right, let's give it up for our feature winner here tonight at Kyle Runkle Night here at Eagle Valley Speedway. Give it up for Travis Lowe. Woo! Yeah! Hey, I tell you what, that's what it's all about. I had to dose you with water. They don't get much better than this.
That felt really good, and I'll tell you what, I'm glad my family can be here to see this. Special thanks to everybody that helps us out. Nick Drainer, I'll tell you what, that kid has showed me how to do everything on this car. I can't believe it. He's been so much help. The support from everybody has just been amazing. And we did it here for the first time.
All right, well, I'll tell you what, it can't get much better than that on Kyle Runkle Night here at Eagle Valley Speedway. You are the man for the night. Anything else you want to add, Travis?
Again, I just want to say thanks, everyone. I'm glad we could put this on for the Kyle Runkle special. What a special place to win. I mean, come on. This is awesome.
It don't get much better than that. All right, give it up for Travis Lowe, our feature winner here tonight.
Okay, congratulations to Travis Lowe on the Street Stock feature victory. And we'll be back with the Wissota Modified feature on Kyle Runkle Night right after this timeout on NLWN-TV.
after you joined our family, it was like, I really do feel complete now.
And we're back here on K-Runk Night here at the Eagle Valley Speedway. We are bringing up the Midwest Mods tonight. The class of the night, really, Rick. I'm going to give you a quick rundown of what the lineup's going to look like. We're going to start on the inside of row 1 with the 23D of George Dahlbach out of Wakefield, Michigan. On the outside of row 1 is going to be the 21J of Josh Smith out of Fall Creek. On the inside of row 2 is the 80 of Derek Haas from Thorpe. On the outside of row 2 is the double Q of Tony Barr out of Hagen, Wisconsin. On the inside of row 3 is the 20 of Austin Ellis from Rice Lake. On the outside of row 3 is the 3 junior of Shane Halupka from Greenwood. Row 4, the 12 of Craig Haas out of Thorpe. The 21 of Brandon Jensen out of Ellsworth. Then we have the 6 of Jeremy Nelson out of Zimmerman, Minnesota. The 7R of Tommy Richards from Mondovi. The 63 junior of Brady Larson out of Amory. The 89 of Tyler Lamb from Boyceville, Wisconsin. The 68 of Shadow Kitchener from Arkansas, Wisconsin. The 32 of George Trescott from Greenland, Michigan. The 14K of Sean Kelly out of New Richmond, Wisconsin. The 8 of Brian Pretzman from Cadott, Wisconsin. Row 9 sees Antonio Pintero out of Osseo, Wisconsin. And the 343 of J.D. Ford from Somerset. Row 10 sees Jake Stye out of New Auburn. And the 119 of Mike Whiteman out of Marshfield. The row 11 sees Kent Baxter in the 95X out of Colfax. In the 23 KR of Les Dolman out of Winona, Minnesota. And rounding out the field is the 18S of Kennedy Swan out of Chippewa Falls. In the 6S of Steve Haas out of Elk Mound. As these Midwest mods pull onto the track, they are loud, they are fast, they are fun.
And John, it is 23 laps.
It is 23 laps.
24 cars, 23 laps. And that, of course, is in honor of K-Runk.
And we still have the last few trickling onto the track. They'll get lined up here in just a second. And they are already starting to line up as cars are still pulling onto the track. This is going to be fun.
It's going to be loud if nothing else.
Absolutely. And it is sitting here about 9:12 in the evening here. We are running a little later than normal as we had 4 heat races in a semi-main for the Midwest Mods.
So this is wrapping up all that Midwest Mod action, and we still have Super Stocks and Pure Stocks and Wissota Mods and Hornets and all those features still coming up. And we've got a car sitting on the track that it looks like it's having issues.
You also had one just pull into the infield here, Rick.
And, well, that's the car that I was looking, well, the one that I was looking at just got rolling again. And I'm looking for the, well, there he is. Tyler Lamb from Boyceville, Wisconsin, number 89, was having some kind of problems, but it looks like he got things rolling again, and he's off and running.
We still have the caution flag flying out here. No signal on the laps to go yet. This is the K-Runk Memorial Night. K-Runk was beloved out here at the Eagle Valley Speedway. This is the 4th annual K-Runk Memorial. And we have K-Runk's car on the track. And we'll see what he's able to do with this as he finished second in his semi-main, or in his semi-feature. And
so he's starting back in 22nd position. They're getting the 1 to go, so you know what, John? I think that means it's time to turn it over to Scott.
Yeah.
So we're about set to go. Caution lights will drop down around Eagle Valley Speedway. George Dahlbach, the Wakefield, Michigan racer. Josh Smith from row 1. Ladies and gentlemen, it is now time. Sit back, relax, and enjoy 23 laps from the Eagle Valley Speedway. George Dahlback and that Dahlback logging 23 Double D will jump out front early. Josh Smith going to settle in the second as Derek Haas and Tony Barr battle here in the opening lap. George Dahlback, Josh Smith, now your first two. T-Bar to third. George Dahlback, the Wakefield, Michigan racer, trying to stretch it here early. Tony Barr going to work to the inside of Josh Smith. Then it's Derek Haas and Austin Ellis, your first five. Then it's Holupkin, the 3 junior. George Dahlback continues to lead. Tony Barr now to second. Barr trying to track down your race leader. Derek Haas going to work underneath the 21J of Josh Smith, and here comes Ellis in the 20. Brandon Jensen, Jeremy Nelson, Tommy Richards trying to make their way through the field. Dahlback, Barr trying to stretch it. Derek Haas now will take it away. Third away from Josh Smith. And Austin Ellis is still fifth. And the caution lights will blink on here early. Kennedy Swan sitting sideways over in turns 1 and 2.
Behind that this week, coming up in the middle of the week with exhibition games before the Stanley Cup Finals begin. Officially, the first.
And Kennedy Swan spinning around here, and he's trying to get his machine fired and turn back around. The young man out of Chippewa Falls, Wisconsin.
13 years old.
And he is now going backwards down the track, but I suspect he's going to wait for the whole crew to come around him. And
how he gets a feeling what it's like to go the wrong way down a one-way street.
Yeah. You know, I think this throws an interesting twist on this race, Rick. They were going to see lap traffic before the end of this race, and that was definitely going to make it interesting, but we'll see if the double Q has anything for George Dahlback on the restart here as Kennedy Swan gets it spun back around and gets back in line.
Swan right in front of your race leader, George Dahlbeck. Barr and Shane Holupka get a battle. Keep an eye on Brandon Jensen in the 21B. Jensen started 8th on the field, now to 4th. Dahlbeck trying to work around the lap car of Kennedy Swan here in the front straightaway. George Dahlbeck will drive to the outside of Kennedy Swan and put her a lap down. Barr, Holupka, Brandon Jensen, and Jeremy Nelson, now your first 5. Tony Barr now trying to fend off the 3 junior of Shane Holupka as George Dahlbeck just cruising out front in 23 Double D. More lap traffic now in front of Dahlbeck, your leader. Tony Barr trying to work around Kennedy Swan as well. George Dahlbeck this time by white flag waving for the 23 Double D. Dahlbeck in lap traffic down the back straightaway for the final time. Barr, Holupka, Brandon Jensen will battle. Dahlbeck your leader into turn 3. Off at turn 4, your K-Rourke Memorial champion, George Dahlbeck. In the 23 Double D, give it up for George Dahlbeck. Wow, I don't get much better than that, George. Woo! What a race! Woo! That's fun! Wow! Woo! Come on, everybody!
Get on the roof. No, I ain't getting on the roof.
I'll tell you what, it don't get much better than that at Eagle Valley Speedway, George. I'll tell you what, from start to finish, you know, Tony Barr right behind you, Shane Holupka and those guys.
I could hear him. Man, I was like, then we get that caution, I'm like, hopefully we're doing something right here, and all of a sudden they said QQ behind me. I'm like, okay, here we go.
Well, I'll tell you what, that was one heck of a race. You kept it cool, hit your marks. I mean, you got to give it up for this guy, man. This is the first time he's won in a long time, and here comes a couple Class Act guys right behind you over here. All right, let's get some pictures taken. All right, we'll give it up for George Dahlbeck, our feature winner here tonight in the Kyle Runkle night here at Eagle Valley Speedway down here in the...
And Brownie down there with an extremely excited George Dahlbeck. We're going to have the Super Stocks coming up right after this quick pit stop. You're watching Wissota Racing action on NLWN-TV.
If you love me enough to tolerate my perfect little pets and all their glorious dander, then of course you'll visit nhtsa.gov/the-right-seat to make sure I'm in the right car seat.
And we are back here at Eagle Valley Speedway in Jim Falls. We're getting ready for the Super Stock feature. We have 14 cars, a 20-lap feature. Inside of row 1 is number 20 Star, Andrew Davis from Turtle Lake. On his outside is 1E Eric Olson from Ladysmith. In row 2, number 2 Bart Steffen from Eau Claire. 1M is outside of Bart. Kurt Myers from Cameron. Doug Koski is driving number 76. He's on the inside of row 3. He's from Chisholm, Minnesota. From Menominee, Wisconsin, Tony Faulkner is in the F27. Row 4, 7R Tommy Richards from Mondovi is on the inside. And then number 75, Scott Geiger from Dorchester, Wisconsin is on the outside. In row 5, number 17, Wayne Dean from Eau Claire. And outside of Wayne is Chad Johnson from Colfax, driving number 25. And number 8, Jim Harris from Menominee is in row 6. Number 10, Joe Miller's on the outside of row 6 from New Richmond. And in row 7, 00, Jason Quarters from Prairie Farm. And 22T, Taryn Spacek rounds out the field from Phillips, Wisconsin. And since they have the one to go, let's turn it over to Scott with the call of the Superstock feature.
Scheduled for 20 laps, Superstock A main. 15 lap, Pure Stock A main. Check that 12 lap, Pure Stock A main up right after this one. Will lead early. Kurt Meyer's going to work the top in the 1M. Bart stepping to the inside of Andrew Davis. Koski going to work underneath Tony Faulkner in the F27. Hang on, Jim Harris spinning in the 8. And so Eric Olson scored your very early race leader. Jim Harris spinning in turns 3 and 4. We are under caution.
And a spin here early as they try and get Jim Harris's car turned around and get it going the right way on the track. Kurt Myers was coming. Kurt Myers was coming hard. And we're going to get lined up here as Jim Harris's vehicle was turned around, and they're going to get the one to go, and I think they're planning on, Brownie's going to give them one to go here next time by, and
Eric Olson's going to lead the way.
Eric Olson is better watch his rearview mirrors. That 1M is coming very, very quickly. We're going to go ahead and send it back.
That's a Lady Smith Cameron battle, and that's always been a rivalry.
We're going to send it back to Scott Teves for the call of this race.
So caution lights will go down. Eric Olson trying to park it in the Haas Incorporated victory lane. Andrew Davis trying to do the same. Myers trying to do it for the 6th time this year. That is your first 2 rows. Green flag flying high above the speedway once again. Olson and Myers will jump out front once again. Davis going to battle with Tony Faulkner. Olson to the inside. Myers upstairs in the 1M. Eric Olson, Kurt Myers, look out, Andrew Davis. And we're going to bunch him up over in turn 2 under caution once again.
And one car turns into 6 cars down there, no 5. And we have the one vehicle pulling away already. Can't get a number on that. The wrecker's going to go over there, and the 10 car is going to start making his turn around.
Yeah, that's Joe Miller in the number 10.
No, there is 6 vehicles down there, Rick. Well, there's 5 now. Is one pulled away here, and trying to get a number on him that pulled away. The 00 has already pulled away. That is Jason Quarters from Perry Farm.
Trying to see who this is as he makes his turn.
Got the 10 car backing up here. He's going to get on his way.
Yeah, that's Joe Miller. And the 20-star Andrew Davis, our pole sitter for this race, is the white car that pulled away. And Miller doesn't look any too worse for wear as he's heading around the track to get in the back of the pack as they are red flagged down by the start-finish line.
And I'm not exactly sure what Tommy Richards is doing here as he's spinning, as he drove over by the wreck. A little confused to what's going on here as we're under red flag conditions.
He had a conversation with the track official, who appears to be looking at his car, at the back end of his car. We're still trying to sort out the cars down in the mess down there. We have 3 left in the mess.
As another one starts to pull away, as we'll try and get a number in on you, or on him. That's the 8.
That's Jim Harris from Menominee,
who brought out the first caution flag. We'll see the 75 is the yellow car here. He looks like his front end is all tore up from this angle.
That's Scott Geiger from Dorchester. Yeah, yellow and blue. Unless that's 76. Is that a 75 or 76 there, John?
No, the 76 is sitting down here in the front of the pack.
Well, then it would have to be a 75.
And
let's see, I think that's a 25. Yeah, Chad Johnson from Colfax just pulling away. We do seem to have them all sorted out. So we go back to yellow flag as they head them out around the racetrack.
And Rick, did I just watch the 7R drive off the track?
Yeah, he may have a thing going on with his rear end that because he had one of the track officials taking a look at it.
And that will take Tommy Richards out of contention for this race.
Well, it depends. If it's something they can fix real quickly and get him back on the track before they go green, he can fall back in.
Trying to park in victory lane for the 6th time this year, and it will be his 360th of his career if he can do that. Running right through the middle of the Eagle Valley Speedway. Eric Olson having a great run, hanging around in the 1E. Eric Olson is closing on Myers once again. Olson and Myers have put some distance on Doug Koski and the rest of the field. Myers started outside of the second row. Eric Olson started outside of row 1. Olson is there, race fans. Eric Olson has tracked down Kurt Myers in the 1M. Myers and Olson, Doug Koski, Wayne Dean, Terrence Spacek to 5th. Spacek started 14th. How about the 22 team? Myers trying to win for the 6th time this year. Eric Olson looking for his first of the year. Koski, Terrence Spacek. Spacek to 4th, Wayne Dean back to 5th. Then it's Bart 7, Tony Faulkner, Chad Johnson, Scott Geiger, Jason Quarters, and Joe Miller. That is your field. Terrence Spacek will now look to the inside of Koski as they battle for 3rd. Olson going to look to the inside of Kurt Myers. Eric Olson is there. Myers continues to lead. Myers now running right through the speedway. Eric Olson down on the inside as laps wind down. Eric Olson is there. Myers and Olson gonna settle it. Spacek gonna work to the inside of Koski and take over 3rd. This time by white flag waving one more time for Kurt Myers and Eric Olson. See if Eric Olson can steal the show from Kurt Myers. Myers, your leader. Olson is there. Olson to the inside. Myers upstairs. Off at turn 4. Your winner will be Eric Olson.
Wow, what a spectacular finish right there. Eric Olson trailing there. Kurt Myers taking the lead with authority. Olson never gave up and just came back and won the race on a last lap pass. Forget a last lap pass, a last corner pass.
Right, in fact, it was on the, coming out of 4th turn and heading down the home stretch is where he took him, and he took him by about the width of his headlights.
Yeah, it wasn't very much, and huge props to Olson there taking that race. Obviously, second is...
So Eric Olson out of Ladysmith. 2nd went to Kurt Myers from Cameron. 3rd went to Doug Koski.
And Tommy Richards, who is normally in these races in contention to win them, left the race early, had some sort of difficulty with his rear end. We don't have any details on that. And as Eric Olson finishes tech inspection, he'll get down to victory lane, and we'll send it on down to Brownie to get a post-race interview. But that was exciting, fans. You couldn't ever ask for a better finish to a race, and that's why you come out here. Fans, if you're not out here, you're missing the smells, you're missing the sounds, you're missing the environment out here at the Eagle Valley Speedway. We thank the Eagle Valley Speedway once again for allowing us to be out here. And we are having fun, and there's somebody on a bicycle on the racetrack. And it seems like race officials are, well, no, they're not going after him, so I'm not sure what he's doing.
Not too fast anyway.
And nobody's stopping him, so I suspect maybe he's allowed to do this.
I have no idea what's going on with it. But he's taking those high-banked ovals, almost as if it's a velodrome. Oh, it's a motorized bike, too.
Yeah, and he's going to pull off the track here.
Oh, boy, and there's him. He's in trouble now. And as we're waiting for Kurt Myers for Eric Olson to pull into victory lane, I want to remind you that the pure stocks are coming up. They've shortened this race a little bit. It's a 12-lap feature with 15 entries. And let's send it down to, well, he's not quite there yet. Eric Olson pulling into the pits.
Hey fans, our next Equestrian Games event will be aired on NLWN-TV on Tuesday, August 4th, when we broadcast the Open Equestrian Games from Bit and Spur Saddle Club in Eau Claire, recorded on August 2nd. Once again, that's the Open Equestrian Games from Bit and Spur Saddle Club in Eau Claire, August 4th at 6 p.m.
Oh, yeah! What do you think of that, huh, Eric? First time winner here for a long time. Sorry about that, I didn't mean to get you all wet, but hey, that is awesome. You beat Kurt Myers at the start-finish line. You were coming and coming and coming, and it had to feel good.
Well, yeah, it got a little hairy on that restart. I don't know, someone tried driving over the left front, and I knew we had a good car. We've been working on this thing, and we've just been struggling for a while, but I'm thinking we're getting on to something finally.
Well, I'll tell you what, it was a great race, man. You were coming and coming. You were just reeling in slow by slow. And I really thinking coming out of 4 there, I go, no, he just doesn't have it. That start-finish line, boom, you got him.
Well, you don't want to pass Kurt too early. I mean, he's fun to race with, though, you know. I mean, we had a good race there.
You want to thank some sponsors?
Well, Gold Line Engle Crushing, Classic Auto, E-Smart, Ewer Trucking, Rager's Edge, Bruce Auto Repair, and Napa Auto Parts. I think we got most of them there.
You're from Ladysmith?
From Ladysmith.
You're from Ladysmith. That's my hometown of Ladysmith. So I tell you what, I was born in Ladysmith, so I tell you what, it's just like an old friend when I hear it. So give it up for Eric Olson, our feature winner here tonight, and the Kyle Runkle night here at Eagle Valley Speedway.
And what a heck of a race that was. Rick, that was 3 straight first-time winners this year. We have been treated out here today. This racing is what you come to racetracks for.
And we've got those pure stocks coming up right after this quick pit stop. You're watching Wissota Racing action on NLWN-TV.
Rock Solid Transport, ready to move your product. Whether it's produce to seafood, or building materials to general freight, Rock Solid hauls it all. If you need a flatbed, pneumatic, or refrigerated shipment, Rock Solid is ready to meet your needs. Call Rock Solid Transport at 715-874-7625 and let Rock Solid Transport get your product where it needs to go.
And we're back with some more pure stock action here at the Eagle Valley Speedway. Starting on the pole is the 101 of Michael Grover out of Chautauqua, in the 5R of George Richards from Mondovi on the outside of the front row. Row 2 is the 23R of James Ron from Hagen, Wisconsin, followed by Ryan Olson in the 1 from Ladysmith, Wisconsin. In the 3rd row is the 16 of Rob Graybon from Bruce and the 31 of Travis Hazelton from Chippewa Falls. Row 4 is the 14 of Jay Faltz from Cameron, Wisconsin, and the 92 of Carl Knopf out of Chippewa Falls. Row 5 consists of the 95F of Devin Fries out of Phillips, and the 57 of Brent Middock from Prentice. Row 6 is the R44 of Patrick Smith out of Eau Claire, and the 25 of Ben Thompson out of Colfax. Row 7 is the 2B of Nicholas Hazelton from Chippewa Falls, and the 15 of Jeff Tisdale from Eau Claire. Rounding out the field is the 2 car, and Rick, I'll let you get that name.
Nate Smoniak, I think. We'll let Scott take care of that one for us once they get the 1 to go.
I do believe that Brownie is down there, going to give them the 1 to go here.
And that's what he's doing, so why don't we turn it over to Scott Teefs.
Some caution lights will be dropping down around the Eagle Valley Speedway. 12-lap pure stock A main. Mike Grover in the 101, 3-time winner George Richards in the 5R. So here we go, Mike Grover, George Richards from row 1. Mike Grover will lead early. Travis Hazelton into 31. Hazelton looking for his 5th feature win of the year. Then it's George Richards in the 5R, James Ron and Carl Knopf going at it. Travis Hazelton looking for his 5th feature win of the year. George Richards looking for his 4th, and then it's Carl Knops in the 92. Ron Grover and Rob Graybon will battle behind the 92. Hazelton trying to stretch it on George Richards. Graybon and Knops will battle for 3rd, and then it's the 23R of James Ron rounding out your first 5. Travis Hazelton continues to lead. George Richards, the multi-time track champion, trying to reel him in, and Rob Graybon making his way to the front in the 16. Hazelton, Richards, Graybon, your first 3. James Ron and Mike Grover rounding out your first 5. So under caution for Carl Knops. Slow on the back straightaway. And a break for George Richards and Rob Graybon as they will be glued to the rear bumper of the 31 of Travis Hazelton. As I mentioned, Hazelton looking for his 5th of the year. And Knops coming to a stop over on the back straightaway. Going to need the Cougs towing crew to help him out.
John, I don't know if that hadn't gone to caution, what would have happened there, but Hazelton seemed to be able to hold off at just barely. I think he probably would have won it, but boy, oh boy, it's going to be one we're never going to know.
Well, they got him in turn 1, or turn 4 there, and shut the door on him. And, well, you know what? At the end of the day, the caution came out. He got the win, and we're going to send it down to Brownie here in a second. But what a night of racing it's been.
It's been a really good night of racing. And, folks, I've got to apologize. I don't know why our audio keeps dropping out. It does. It doesn't take long to fix it, but it's a matter of noticing that it's dropped out. And but we've got it back for now, and let's hope it just stays there. We've only got a couple more features to get through, but we have the Wissota Modifieds. That could be really exciting. And then, of course, we have the Hornets. So let's go down to Brownie.
Nice job, Travis. Thanks. That was one heck of a race.
Yeah, I just got through traffic before everybody else, but they caught me on the caution there. That didn't help. So,
well, I'll tell you what, we appreciate you coming on. And Kyle Runkle Night, congratulations. And you want to add something?
I just want to thank everybody for coming on. Thank the car owner, my wife, my kids, and everybody that helps on the car. We picked up a couple more pit guys this last couple weeks, so that helps.
All right. Well, anything else you want to add?
Nope, that's it.
All right, give it up for Travis Hazelton, our feature winner tonight here in the Kyle Runkle Memorial Race here at Eagle Valley Speedway. Back to you, Scott.
Well, and that's going to wrap it up for the Pure Stocks. Coming up are the Wissota Mods. John?
Hey, fans, your car need a jump start? Call First Choice Mobile Repair to take care of the problem. 715-559-5219. First Choice Mobile Repairs makes house calls. And folks, we're going to have the Wissota Modifieds right after this quick pit stop. You're watching Wissota Racing Action on NLWN-TV.
Rookies Pub, 616 North Bridge Street in Chippewa Falls has been newly remodeled. They have happy hour Monday, Thursday until 6 p.m. There's free pool Mondays and Tuesdays, and a free jukebox on Tuesdays. Don't forget, Rookies has a DJ every Friday and Saturday night. Stop by and check out Rookies Pub, 616 North Bridge Street in Chippewa Falls. Don't forget, at Rookies you can watch the races with racers.
And we're back here with the Wissota Modifieds here at the Eagle Valley Speedway in Jim Falls, Wisconsin. We got 12 entries, 20 laps. We're going to start it out on the front row on the pole position. The number 30, Matt Lear from Bruce, Wisconsin. The 27H of Steve Hallquist out of Eau Claire. In row 2, the 11 of Sam Fankhauser out of Rice Lake. And the 21 of Jake Smith out of Chippewa Falls. Row 3 is going to be the 14W of Clayton Wigeman out of Ramsey, Minnesota. The 57 of Mike Anderson out of Jim Falls. Row 4 is the 06 of Jeremy Nelson from Zimmerman, Minnesota. And the 22T of Michael Trescott out of Chippewa Falls. Row 5 will be the 13 of Nick Kohler from Bloomer and the 93 of Mike Knops from Chippewa Falls. Rounding out the field in the 16C is Cole Marshall out of Stratford, Wisconsin, and number 8, Dakota Smith out of Chippewa Falls. This is a 20-lap main feature, and we're going to get this going here pretty quick. Actually, no, we're going to get a couple more laps to get this organized here, as they still have a tractor on the track, and Brownie, who's the on-track flag man, is getting a drink of water and going to head out here in just a second. I do believe they're actually watering the track a little bit, and they're going to have the mods kind of packing now.
Hallquist looking for his first of the year, continues to lead Matt Lear and Jake Smith. Sam Fankhauser, Mike Anderson will battle, and it's Clayton Wagaman, Jeremy Nelson, and Michael Truscott. From outside of row 1 continues to lead. Jake Smith will battle with Matt Lear for second. Anderson now to fourth. Fankhauser back to fifth. Jeremy Nelson battling with Clayton Wagaman for sixth. Smith has tracked down Steve Hallquist. Hallquist, Jake Smith, Matt Lear, Anderson, Sam Fankhauser your first time. Jake Smith will look to the inside of Steve Hallquist as they battle out front. Trying to hang on for his first of the year. Matt Lear back to second. Jake Smith to third, and Mike Anderson has tracked down your top three. Continues to lead. How about the battle behind him? Matt Lear and Jake Smith continue to go at it. Mike Anderson has joined the mix in 57. Matt Lear now closing on your race leader, Steve Hallquist. Lear continues to work the bottom. Mike Anderson going to work the top at 57. Inside of Steve Hallquist. Jake Smith going to have to battle with Mike Anderson. Lear to the inside. Hallquist to the outside. Still door to door. We may have a new leader. Lear, Hallquist, Anderson. Matt Lear trying to get his first of the year in 30. Lear, Steve Hallquist, here comes Mike Anderson. Anderson from sixth on the field, working upstairs. Matt Lear continues to lead Steve Hallquist and Mike Anderson. Jake Smith is fourth, Clayton Wagaman is fifth. Time by, white flag waving, one to go for Matt Lear. Anderson to the inside of Hallquist. Matt Lear all by himself down the back straightaway. Keep an eye on the battle for second. Lear, your leader into turn 3. Off at turn 4 for the first time this year, your winner at 30, Matt Lear. So there you have it, race fans. Third, we'll go to the 57 of Mike Anderson. Runner up to the 27H of Steve Hallquist. And in the Southwoods Chevrolet Buick GMC, Jiggy Signs, Ann's Farmington Inn, Real Deal G2 Seeds, White City Glass, Northwoods, Wisconsin Refrigeration Service, Atwood Well Drilling, Olson Custom Farms, Wolf Sewer Service, Rosebud Rentals, Roberts Plumbing, Classic Auto, CPH Enterprises, Goal on an Angle Custom Gravel Crushing, Stanger Farms, CMD Racetracks, and MB Customs. Getting his first of the year, he's on a boosted 30, Matt Lear.
And Rick, we're back. What a race.
Yeah, Matt Lear came out. He was the pole sitter, had the lead through about the first third of the race, and then Steve Hallquist took it away from him and was out there on top, and then Matt Lear fell a little ways back and then came back and made a push and got it in the last few laps, and Matt Lear is the one who's going to get to go to victory lane.
Yes, and that is Matt Lear, not Jim Lear.
Yes, I said that wrong. I remember Jim Lear back when he used to play football up at Bruce.
Hey, fans, got a small engine that needs repair? First Choice Mobile Repair call First Choice Mobile Repair to take care of that problem. 715-559-5219. First Choice Mobile Repairs makes house calls. Fans, Matt Lear is making his way into victory lane. That is our fourth first-time winner tonight. Rick, we've had a lot of first-time winners, but
four out of five. That's 80% first-time winners.
And that's fun to watch. And Matt Lear's going to climb out of his race car here in just a second, and Brownie's standing right there to congratulate him.
Brownie's using up a lot of water bottles tonight.
Yes, he is. Hopefully he's got some more for him to drink out here, as it's
still sticky and warm out.
We're going to send it down to Brownie.
He said not to throw water on him, so I did throw water on him. So, hey, congratulations, Matt. Great race. Steve Hallquist way out front, and of course, Mike Anderson's right there, and you make a mistake, and it's all over. But, man, this was a rocket ship, this Mars car for you tonight.
Yeah, we've been struggling all year, and we've been working. We're finally getting it closer to where it should be. The top was good at the beginning. Steve took off. I tried to follow him, then I fell back to third, and went back to the bottom and just worked it. It was pretty good, so...
Well, we appreciate you coming out to Eagle Valley Speedway. I know you don't come out here all the time, but we do appreciate you coming over here and supporting the Runkle family here tonight. Anything else you want to add?
It's fun to be back. A great race. Glad to be here to support these guys. A lot of fun to be back, and we'll probably be back next week.
All right, well, I appreciate it. Good to see you. Again, give it up for Matt Lear, our feature winner here tonight in the Kyle Runkle Memorial Race here at Eagle Valley Speedway. Back to you, Scott.
And that is the Wissota Modifieds for you. We're going to finish the action up tonight here with the Hornets right after this quick pit stop. You're watching Wissota Racing Action on NLWN-TV.
If you love them enough to relearn math so you can teach them math, then surely you'll check nhtsa.gov/the-right-seat to make sure they're correctly buckled in the back seat.
And we're back here at Eagle Valley Speedway getting ready for the Hornets feature. We have 8 entries for this 12-lap feature. On the pole is Jason Junker from Stanley, Wisconsin, driving car number 7. In car 21B on the outside of row 1, Levi Price from Menominee, Wisconsin. In row 2, this is where a real part of the battle could be happening. 221, Danny Halterman's on the inside. He's from Stanley. And number 33, Derek Crumry out of Eau Claire. He's on the outside. Those are probably the 2 favorites. Row 3, Sam Sheehan from Wisconsin Rapids is on the inside. Justin Wolf on the outside. And in row 4, Jocelyn Crothers is on the inside. And in 59H, Jason Hagelson out of Strum. And it looks like they've been given the one to go, and so we're getting ready to get this thing started. We'll turn it over to Scott Teese.
So 12 laps, getting set to do it. Green flag waving this time by. Justin Wolf getting into the 221 of Halterman as he spins and getting upside down. We're going to get our safety crew over there immediately to check on Justin, make sure he is all right.
It takes a village to help somebody get their diploma. Changes your whole life.
Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org.
And fans, Justin Smith climbing out of the vehicle, and he is all right. They did send a little ambulance over to just get a look at him, make sure that he is all right. You know, 2020, we have an understanding of what concussions are, and so they're going to just check him over, make sure he's all right. His vehicle is upside down. We are under red flag conditions.
Yeah, it's not a real fun ride to take that trip and end up rolling around and getting upside down.
No, and so he's sitting there trying to pull the red tab. It takes him a couple seconds to get out.
It's one thing to be right side up and have to do the things you have to do, but all of a sudden you get disoriented upside down. There appear to be 5 cars, maybe 6, still able to run in this race. Halterman had to leave, though, because he lost a good chunk of the driver's side, what would have been the rear passenger door.
Yeah. Now, fans, they do have that 5 vehicle flipped back over, but Justin probably will not continue this race, as I suspect his car is probably a little discombobulated now.
And we do have one more car coming around to join the field.
Yep, so we'll have 6 cars. We'll give you a quick rundown of what we have lined up here. Looking like in the pole, or in the number 1 position, is Jason Yunker out of Stanley in that 7. The 21P of Levy Price out of Menominee is 2nd. The 33, and more than likely the car that is favored, Derek Crumry out of Eau Claire, is in 3rd. I can't see a number on the 4th car there. It looks like it could be the 715 of Sam Shahan out of Rapids. Then you have the 4 of Carruthers, and rounding out the field is that 59H of Jason Hegelson. And we'll see how they line up here in just a second, as
it looks like they've actually got them lined up in the correct order.
Yeah, they're going to want to get this race going right away. As we're sitting here, it's about 10:30 p.m. We're running pretty late tonight, Rick.
We are running late. Bear in mind, folks, that 10:30 p.m. doesn't mean it's 10:30 p.m. where you're watching it, because, of course, this was recorded last Friday, and you're watching it on Monday night or whenever you happen to pull it up on demand.
Yes, we do record this live, and we obviously play it back here Monday nights. It does appear that they're going to get this vehicle off the track here.
Now, oh my goodness, what do I see coming out on the track?
It's the 221.
That's Danny Halterman back out on the track.
And he will resume the race, although his back door is missing. But you know what? Aerodynamics are not a factor in these Hornets, so I don't suspect that's going to make a heck of a difference, Rick.
I just hope his back seat isn't like mine and have all kinds of stuff he wants to hang on to, because it's not going to be there at the end of the race.
No, in fact, Rick, I'm pretty sure they peel that back seat out and make room for the fuel tank, and he'll have to head down to a scrapyard or find the door that was on there and reattach it for next week. I mean, these guys aren't driving brand new cars every week, so
he goes into the back of the pack, and now all of a sudden Eggleston in 59H is going to need a little push. Let's see if he can get it started.
Yeah.
He got all the way down here to the start-finish line, and then his car kind of quit on him. So we'll see if he can get that going.
He's actually got his helmet off in the vehicle. He may be done, Rick.
I wouldn't be surprised. Well, they're going to push him around the track and get him off into the pits. So, you know, we said there'd be 6, and there are 6. It's just not the 6 we thought.
And there you can see Hegelson getting pushed by the tow truck as the the 221 is now sitting in front of the flag stand. I'm not sure what's going there. If they told him that, well, I'm not going to speculate. I'm just going to wait to see what happens.
He may be wondering if he has to be in the rear. But I believe that since he went to the pits, that probably means he does.
Which we'll see what happens here. He looks like he's actually headed back to the pits here. I think they might have told him that he can't race without the door, Rick.
That may very well be the case. They may have just black flagged him.
Oh.
So we're down to 5.
Watch out for inside of the second row there, Derek Crumrye. But they have the one to go, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to send it back over to Scott Teefs for the finish of this race.
For 12 laps, green flag flying this time by Hornaday, Maine. Derek Crumrye going to jump out front early as they raced on the back straightaway here in the opening lap. Jason Yunker is there along with Sam Sheehan in the 5:17. Crumrye, Jason Yunker, Sam Sheehan, Levi Price, Jocelyn Carruthers. That is your field. Crumrye looking for his third of the year and trying to go back-to-back in the 33. Derek Crumrye trying to put some distance on Jason Yunker and the rest of the field. Derek Crumrye continues to lead Jason Yunker in the 7. Crumrye, Yunker, Sheehan, Levi Price in the 21P, Jocelyn Carruthers in the 4. Derek Crumrye started outside of the second row, jumped out front early, and continues to lead Jason Yunker here in your Hornaday, Maine. Sam Sheehan with problems on the back straightaway. He'll try and limp off into the pits. We will stay green. Derek Crumrye, Jason Yunker, Levi Price, Jocelyn Carruthers. That is your field. White flag waving this time by for Derek Crumrye in 33. Going back-to-back, your Hornet feature winner in 33, Derek Crumrye.
Well, John, we have another repeat winner, Derek Crumrye, 2 weeks in a row, winning the Hornet feature.
And Crumrye came out of that caution and took the lead pretty quick and
just never looked back.
Never looked back, although that 7 vehicle behind him definitely stayed with him, but
just
he didn't have.
Crumrye he was still pulling away from it. It just finally there was a car that could keep up with him. The other car that had a chance of really keeping up with Crumrye was yeah, Danny Halterman. That's what I was trying to think of. And we're gonna wrap up the racing action with that Hornets race. Derek Crumrye getting first place, Jason Junker taking second, Levi Price taking third. John, we've had a great night of racing, and we're going to talk all about it in Victory Lane. So, folks, make sure you stick around for that. It's coming up next, and you've been watching Wissota Racing Action on NLWN-TV.
Roll over. When you adopt a shelter pet, you discover all the things that make them unique. And your mother. They're a little bit of a lot of things, but they're all pure love.
You've been watching Classic Wissota Racing Action on NLWN-TV. Classic Wissota Racing Action has been brought to you by Rock Solid Transport, getting the goods you need hauled to their destination, and by Rookies Pub in Chippewa Falls, where you can watch the races with racers. Stay tuned. Coming up next is Victory Lane, where we'll review the results from the races we brought you tonight.
I just moved in with his family, and it's embarrassing. The little one, he likes to go outside and crawl around in the giant litter box. I don't know what he's doing. Oh, poop already. You're making me nervous.
Time now for Victory Lane, where we take a look back at today's racing action. So now, back out to the Speedway and Victory Lane. And welcome back to Eagle Valley Speedway, and it's Victory Lane. John, we did have a whole lot of pretty exciting racing going on tonight. So why don't we get at it and review it? We started off with the street stocks in the A feature. Let's see. I'll tell you what, this is my street stock heat races are kind of messed up. So tell us what the feature did.
The feature finished with...
That looks like Travis Lowe.
Yeah, Travis Lowe in the 40 winning it, with Cody Coomer in the 12 finishing second, and Danny Richards in the 3R finishing third.
In the Midwest Modifieds, there were 4 heat races. And so in the first heat, we had Halepka winning it, followed by Dahlbeck in the 23 Double D, and then Nelson in the 6. In the B heat, number 12 Haas took the checkered flag, followed by Ellis in 20, and 7R, that would have been Danny Richards. In the C heat, number 80 Haas, that's the other Haas, took the checkered flag there. 21 Jensen and 63 JR followed him. Or 63 Junior, that was Larson, followed him. And in the D heat, I only had the top 2 finishers. The 21 Junior was Smith, and the double Q was Bohr in the Midwest Modifieds. Then there was a B feature for people trying to get into the feature. That was won by number 95 Baxter. 18, the 13-year-old Swan took third place. Dahlman driving the 23 KR came in second, and the other person that transferred over was Haas in the number 6. So what happened in the Midwest Modifieds?
I have the top 2 for you, and as you hear a little bit of sound in the background, you have somebody running some test laps. We have the Midwest Mods feature. It was won by the number 23 Double D of George Dahlbeck, his first victory on the year, and Tony Barr in the Double Q finishing second.
Then we had the Super Stocks in the first heat. Number 2, Stefan, was followed by 1E Olson, and number 20, Davis. In the B heat, Danny Richards in 7R. Excuse me, I think that's Tommy Richards. And then the 1M is Myers, and Polsky in the 76. So what happened in the feature?
The feature was won by number 1M Kurt Myers, finished, or excuse me, number 1E Eric Olson, as that was a at the line decision. It was an exciting finish. Kurt Myers in the 1M led the vast majority of that race and got past at the end, and the number 76 of Doug Koski out of Chisholm, Minnesota finishes third.
Then we had the Pure Stocks, and number 16, Braybon, won the first heat, followed by Hazelton and the 23R Ron. And I don't have the names on the second heat, but what happened in the finals, or in the feature?
Well, Rick, in the in the second heat, George Richards won the race, and it was won. The feature was won by Travis Hazelton in the 31, and Rob Graybon finished second in his 16, and then the 5R, as I said, won the second heat, George Richards.
And then we had the Wissota Modifieds. I'm checking here. And whoever was doing test laps just spun out in turn 2. That's what all that squealing was. But let's just go right to the Wissota Modifieds feature.
Yeah, Matt Lear won the race. He had a great race. Number 2 was 27H of Steve Hallquist. Coming in very close third was the 57 of Mike Anderson.
And then finally we had the Hornets. And in the heat race, we had the 221 Halterman, who didn't get to finish the feature, followed by the 715 of Sheehan and the 33 of Crummery. So then what happened in that Hornet feature?
The Hornet feature was won by the 33 of Derek Crummery. Finished second was the 7 of Jason Yunker, and finishing in third place was the 21P of Levi Price.
And that leads us to what's coming up. And coming up next week, here on Racing from Eagle Valley Speedway, that's one night from tonight, August 3rd. We're going to be right back here with more Wissota Racing action. It will be the EDI Nordson Don Hazelton Memorial with the Northern Vintage Racing. And races will be recorded on July 31st, and our broadcast will begin on NLWN-TV at 6 p.m. next Monday night. And so, John, that's when we're going to see each other again. Well, probably.
We'll see each other throughout the week, but we've had a lot of fun out here tonight. This night was dedicated to Kyle Runkle, K-Runk. It was a lot of fun. Everybody came out. Everybody who won got a case of beer tonight on from one of the sponsors, and an extra $50 on their tally. And we're going to sign it off, and we're going to sign it off in remembrance of Kyle Runkle. This has been the Kyle Runkle Memorial here at the Eagle Valley Speedway. You've been watching Wissota Racing action on NLWN-TV.
You're tuned to the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV. We use advertising revenue to make this service available to you. If you have a business and would like to get your message out to our ever-increasing audience, give us a call at 715-563-1749. We'll be happy to discuss our budget-friendly advertising packages with you. Get your business noticed on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV by calling 715-563-1749.
You've been watching Victory Lane with a look back at today's racing action. This has been a presentation of the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.